comps, and I believe it is Master Pupil.
That's true, but we're also joined by this trophy that these two teams are going to battle it out for. It's actually a replica of the front sprocket of a Sherman tank. I guess the two guys beside me already knew that, but that's something I learned. A beautiful trophy. I already heard Master Pupil said that he can't wait to take it home. We'll see what happens. But let's first of all, let's kick it off in a friendly note. Master Pupil, what is the thing that you admire the most about Apex as a team?
They're very cool, calm, and collected. It's a team that, when it comes to comms, I wish we could be, more similar to. So, that's a huge thing.
And the same question to you. What do you admire about eClipse? Sorry.
The fluidity of their play. I mean, they're very flexible. They are very good with rotations, and they pull that play style off well.
When you saw the semifinal that Apex performed 7-0, were you a little bit more scared of playing them?
More scared now. They played very well, which I expected. DV, it was their very first LAN game, and Apex made sure not to make the same mistake as they made with us last season, and ended up being a 7-0. So I kind of expected it to be around there, not exactly a 7-0, but it is what it is.
And eClipse is, of course, a pretty good team. But what do you need to do? How do you need to play to be as dominant as you were in the semifinal?
Maintain control of the matches, dictate the pace, and we should come out with the victory.
All right, and hold your breath back home, because I'm going to try for one last time this season. Do you have any final words for your opponent?
Good luck and have fun.
Do you have anything?
Can't BM these guys. Good luck and have fun.
Let's get a handshake, and let's get ready for the finals of this season. Let's go back to the casters, Dustin Kane and James Grieve.
All right, so we are just moments away here as they are just getting everything set up here in the practice game, which is about to end. It all comes down to this. We've had so many weeks of games between multiple teams. We started off with 10 teams, then we went down to 8 teams, and now we're down. Then we were down to 6 teams, and now we're down to just 4.
Well, now we're just down to 2.
Well, total for the event we were down to 4, and now it is just 2. Yeah.
Yep, and
see, I told you I wasn't good at math. You knew that.
Yep, so they're both playing for that first place $90,000 prize right now. They want to walk away with that trophy. And you got to like the respect between both these teams. Clearly, Master People and Comps, they have a lot of respect for each other. They both said pretty positive things about each other. And you got to think about what they both said about the other. And that's stuff that we've already talked about. Comps feels that Eclipse are very fluid. They're able to keep things moving. And that's something that Eclipse have always done relatively well this season. And that's keep the pressure up and not really have those moments where they kind of stop and they sit there and you're not really sure what they're doing. They keep moving, they constantly keep readjusting and keep the pressure on. And then looking over at Apex, Master People feels it's the comms. And we've talked about the comms a lot.
Yeah, we really have.
And you can hear the differences. And I'm not saying that Eclipse's comms are necessarily bad per se, but there's no control, which is a big thing. And people are probably kind of confused why we're always sitting here talking about the comms. And the reason why is in a game like this, especially with 7 people on the team, making sure that you're all working together, you're all on the same page, and you understand what's going on. It's so important, and comms are the best way to stay on that same page, is to just keep going. Because you can't pay attention to all your teammates, you can't pay attention to all their reloads, if they're clipping, how much HP they have. So having that open line of communication between each other is just so important, and having good comms, often over a team that doesn't have good comms can often separate a match.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all. I think I'm guilty of harping on their comms more than you are, and that's just because in a team game, I feel like you understand that that's a hectic style and it works, but at the same time, it also very much does hurt them, James.
Yeah, well, it definitely can. If the comms are just too cluttered in the wrong way, then absolutely there's no benefit to them.
It's not even the clutteredness that I'm disagreeing with you on, though. Again, sorry to interrupt. It's more so the fact that there's a lot of just general disagreement between a lot of the members on this team.
Well, and they can sit there and disagree, but at the end of the day, my point is it doesn't necessarily mean that their comms are harmful. It just means they're not helpful. So it's having helpful comms versus having no benefit from it to a certain extent. Well, you can argue it can be harmful if there's, it ruins the cohesion between a team. It kind of makes them hesitate a little bit. But it would almost be, if they have comms that are extremely scattered like that, it's almost like they just didn't have any comms. It would be the same effect to a certain extent. So, at the end of the day, it's, can the comms be helpful, or are they a non-factor? And in Eclipse's case, you have to wonder more often than not if they're actually helpful.
Well, we'll have to see. I'm a huge fan of Apex and the way that they handle themselves in game. I also have really loved watching, Master People and eClipse throughout the season, especially when, they are lighthearted and they talk about doing the Super Slam. But Master People said it himself. You can't BM these guys, and he's obviously talking about comps and eClipse, and he's absolutely right. You cannot really do that to a team that's just been so dominant over the season.
Yeah, absolutely. They've played so well. And like we said earlier, they only have one loss in overtime to eClipse the whole season. That's to anyone. Yeah. And so it's just been a very impressive record in that regard alone. And now they're here at the final. And so far earlier with the very decisive 7-0 against Deja Vu, it shows how that sort of just composure during the regular season, and as Magtai Putin was talking about, just the consistency. When you have that consistency and then you can translate it to here at the live finals, it can pay off. So far it has. We'll have to see if that can translate over into this final match right now as they duke it out for first place.
I'm really excited again also to see how these two callers are going to combat each other.
Yeah, and they have a lot of experience against each other already, so this isn't like the first time they've squared off.
No, of course not.
Looking at it, Wallhacks has definitely brought a new style to a certain extent to eClipse. They've kind of changed things up. They've kind of left some of the strats that they were running, and they're going with just more aggressive strats and being very fluid, like Comp said. And so far, it's been working out for them today. Now, provided that game against 07 took them probably a little bit longer than some people thought it would, there was definitely a couple of games in there which were almost throws to a certain extent just from the setup and the way they played. But
Pupil, man.
Yeah, but overall, I still feel, with everything said, I still feel this is Apex's game to lose to a certain extent. But, looking at it and looking at the maps is the other thing. We're starting off on Ghost Town, which is a map that Apex haven't played a whole lot this season, only 10 times as opposed to eClipse's 12. So relatively close in terms of times played, and their win records are pretty close to the same as well. So you have to imagine that'll go 1-1. And then the second map tonight is going to be Ruinberg, which once again, as we've already talked about, you have to imagine that goes 1-1 just because of how those maps are set up. And then we have Cliff, Murrow, Himmels, and Proc after that. So it's pretty interesting just in terms of the map pool.
Yep, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the very first battle between Apex and eClipse for the finals here of the WGLNA Regional Finals.
Ghost Town. The first absolutely symmetrical map, made especially for 7 versus 7 games. The teams start the battle on opposite sides. There are numerous ways to attack here. One of the bases is located in the central square, the other one at the top of the city. The hardest battles are usually fought for the top base, and this calls for the use of heavy tanks. Sometimes the teams choose fast tanks for spotting and base capturing.
And here we go into battle number 1 between Apex and eClipse. eClipse bringing 5 E100s, a 50B, a Batchat, and an AMX
E100s.
5100. 4100s, excuse me, a 50B, a Batchat, and a 5100. Meanwhile, Apex, Nia 7, 350Bs, a 113, and 2 Tier 9 Batchats. 5100, an interesting choice.
I could almost guess what they're going to try to do with those.
Well, we've talked about it earlier. When you have that many high alpha guns running together, you should all shoot the same thing, and that's a tank deleted. To a certain extent, it's a little bit more reliable than, say, a 183, who has the same effect just by himself, just because the 183, you have that HESH shell to deal with, and if you miss that shot, then you're done. In this case, they have 4 shots ready to go, and 3 of them often are enough to delete a tank. The 4th one is sometimes just backup to a certain extent. And look at the raw HP lead that eClipse start with before any damage is done. They're up by almost 2,000 HP just from the tank lineups alone.
All right, so it is going to be eClipse taking control of the 1 cap as well as the north, while Apex decides to stick it out in the south. This is actually a setup I don't think I've seen regarding both teams and how they've approached it, because it's almost like it's actually as if Apex is on defense and eClipse is on offense, the way that the map is set up.
Yeah, absolutely. And these E100s just sitting over here, they've taken aggressive control of the 7-8 line at this point, and it's actually Apex that have moved over towards that 3-4 line. So often we see these teams square off along the 3-4 line, trying to block the attacking team out of that 2-cap. However, eClipse have set up in that top right corner. It's actually a pretty good position because they can cover both caps pretty easy while on defense. And the only reason it's working out is because Apex have essentially given it to them. And right now, Nits is trying to find where a lot of the guns are, as is External. They're just pushing around. They're keeping the core of their group very tight together. They have these 2 Tier 9 bats working towards the 1-2 line in the backfield. Akula actually going to back out in the south there and try to join the rest of his team. And right now, eClipse just keeping it tight. They don't really have to go anywhere. They're in a very good defensive position. Like I said, they can easily defend the 1-cap from where they're at. And just as easily, they're in position with multiple angles on this 2-cap very quickly. Tier 9 Batchat's getting very aggressive in the north. They've pushed around towards B1, B2. Just trying to see if they can figure out where eClipse are, and they're starting to figure out that they've actually shifted over to where the attacking team normally sits.
This literally looks like Apex is now defending, even though that's not the case.
And well, it's just a very flipped-flop match, essentially, at this point. And eClipse just said, all right, well, if you're going to give it to us, we'll take it. And that is a very hard position to break if you're Apex right now.
Well, speaking of breaking it, let's go ahead and go to the comms of Apex and see exactly what their game plan is.
Basically, I assume they probably have a tank here, they have tanks here, and they have tanks there. Like, that's it. They want to contain where if we come for this 1-cap, they'll get resets from here. And they want us to have to come to the mid-cap.
But we're on the west side, yep. We just want to keep on getting that contain.
620.
Batchat, we should have good vision with you. One of you are doing the climb, great. All right, we're going to rotate back south now, all right? Going to take the rest of the map from them. Keep rotating around.
Where Impact is, he will have shots on
AP,
Trump Street.
Yeah, AP, I want you rotating back south again.
Okay, go on. You want to leave Impact on boost? Yeah.
Boost can stay. Boost can stay. Like,
Okay,
they're not going to pick him unless they commit heavily into
Yep, yep.
I'm not going to show myself, just in case they want to take back north, so...
Okay.
All right. The 100s are still probably in that gully right now. They just want to get that...
Wait, pulling photo out?
Yeah, pull photo out.
It could also be on this mountain. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, the smarter choice is probably getting up here.
Okay, how do you want me approaching this from H1?
I want you to follow up. Yeah, peek it out first. Make sure we're not running to a trap here.
I can see this. I don't think I see anything.
Okay.
I don't see that. Or like I can see it, but there's nothing there. So
We have to take everything very slowly. I mean, if you peek a corner, you could take your whole health points damage. So.
Was not lit. AP, do the run.
Okay.
Everyone's with units.
Yep, nothing? All right.
Make sure that bad AP doesn't go by himself.
Yeah, because I'm going to run into...
wide
if they
right
have
now.
anything here, it will...
I'm wide. I can help you. If we have all this map, can we put someone on the crane on the backside or something?
Yep. Yep, we should start getting across here. Who should be on cap? I think I7 because he has a low
Check
speed.
this corner. Check this corner.
Are we
Someone check
taking
this
this or no?
We're getting us around now.
If we hold against like 1 or 2 50Bs here, we can watch this angle.
Yeah,
Impact
I'm
has
watching
this
this
angle.
right now.
Impact has this angle, and our 50Bs can have this as well.
Yeah, I can see this.
All right. Big thing
So
is, like,
I'm getting on now.
Yep.
I can
You're gonna
see
have 50B
this.
here, down here. I want you rotating to a more frontal position.
4
Frontal,
minutes,
like where?
15.
I don't know
4
what that
15.
means.
Over
Over
here.
You guys should
Oh,
retake
okay.
this with a 50B.
Yeah, or you can take this.
Okay, well, alright, then I guess that's what we're
Ready
I
to
think
have
it's
this
dangerous.
go?
Can't the E100s hit them crossing here?
Not there. Not
All
there.
right, you ready for me and Dodo to
Alright,
go?
do it then.
Basically, they're probably going to have 1 tank here and 2 tanks here, or some combination.
Do you guys mind if I fast cap it? In AP, you can see on this road, correct?
I don't think you should get on this.
Yeah,
It's, I don't think
I
you should
got
get
lit.
on.
I'm
I can
lit.
see
I'm
that.
lit.
They're gonna poke up from over here.
I'm dark.
Here they come. Here they come.
I'm gonna go back across.
I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit.
They're going to push in from the south. Okay, I'm setting up for shots if I can.
That's fine. 50Bs, keep giving them room. Keep giving them room.
There's a 5100. He's gonna try flank.
All right, let's rotate.
Both
Photo's getting
D100s
pushed.
just fired.
Keep rotating around. Surround them.
Okay, I'll go there. I'm going there. Hold on.
Keep getting good damage out. Good damage out.
I'm clipping. I'm clipping. I'm clipping.
Okay, Vetra's kind of stuck there. I'm gonna push a 0. The batch is
Okay,
You can come in now. Impact.
There he is.
I'm gonna have
Photo
shots.
careful. Photo careful.
We're a little low on health, guys.
Get the surround on them. Get the surround on them.
I got a dead gunner.
50 beats. What are your reloads? Reloads.
T1's at 10.
Red 6. We need an answer for this line.
Clipping.
T1's pushing to kill me.
Batch pushing.
Brett.
Dodo and guys,
Greg,
you
Wait
guys
for
snap
impact.
shots
We
when this guy
cannot
comes
engage
in.
with impact.
I got
Not
30
yet.
seconds.
Ox is coming.
Shit.
All right, let's get this eastern side, boys. Eastern side. Avoid the E100s.
Red 8.
Avoid the E100s. Let's go right now.
Red's
Who
5.
fired? Ox.
Ox and
They're both
Master.
fired. They're both fired.
While he's out 2 on me, I'm 1 shot.
Shoot Vetro. Vetro's 1 shot. He's got 2 left.
Hold I the jock.
All right.
I really like the idea of leaving Canadian Impact where they did, but not having him there in that fight literally cost them this game.
Well, early on, when they were still trying to figure out where they are, it was a great position.
It was a
because
great position, right? Because he
relatively
could
safe
crossfire.
and
Yeah.
Well, he's safe for the
Yeah.
most part. He has good vision in the north, and so it's a great spot, especially as an attacker. If they're going to give it to you, use it. However, that said, I think they left him there out of the fight for just too long.
Right. I agree with you 100%.
Once they had that engagement going in the south, there was no reason why he couldn't either flank or just go down the south and get in with everyone else. And that's going to be Eclipse with the first win.
They desperately needed Canadian Impact there with them, and you could easily argue that would have changed the tide of battle for them. But and again, that's not to say that he was in a bad position or he was out of place. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that he was out of the fight, like you said, way too long, and that really hurt Apex.
He was only able to get through 1 clip, and when you're in that tier 9 bat and you have that long reload, you know, it's very crucial that you get in there early, get your shots off, and are able to get on that reload while you still have teammates alive. Because what often happens is those autoloaders come in late, they pump out their damage, but the problem is that they reload too late to save their teammates, and the team just ignores the autoloaders because they're reloading. They go after the consistent fire tanks, and then by the time the autoloaders are reloaded, the rest of their teammates are dead, and there's nothing they can do about it, and that's pretty much what happened there. And look at the damage here. Drock and Oxmathis doing very good damage in those E100s. 5 and 4 shots fired for almost 3,000 HP apiece, which that's the power of that E100 gun. Well, the DPM is low, 750 a shot, so you only have to do 400 or 500 damage, or 4 or 5 shots, and you do a lot of damage just like they did. And then looking at the second page, the tier 9 bat of Canadian Impact, like we said, he got into his second clip, but the first one was early with a lot of blind fire, only really doing 1 clip of damage as it is. And then Germ, also another tier 9 bat, not really able to get into that fight at all. Took a lot of damage from those E100s when he poked up early. And that's going to make it a 1-0 lead in favor of Eclipse. But now the sides are going to switch. It is going to be Apex on defense now. Already kind of intrigued by the lineup I'm seeing out of Eclipse.
Yeah. The thing is here is this is the first time this season on LAN, I mean this is the first LAN, that Apex has been shown to bleed. They've lost a round.
Yeah, that's a good point. They didn't drop a point earlier, so they finally drop around. But maybe that's what Apex need to kind of get things going forward, realize that they're not untouchable, and get things going in the right direction.
And again, not to knock on Deja Vu at all, but you can very easily say that, you know, Eclipse is a different caliber team currently.
Definitely. And looking at the lineups here, Apex coming in with a 113, 250Bs, a T57, a 215B, a Batchat, and an RU-251. Eclipse, 250Bs, 2 T57s, an IS-7, a Batchat, but then the M40-43.
M40-43, that's the interesting part of this lineup,
while
really.
attacking. T1 Diabetic going up on the climb in the south there just to be some eyes. While they push around in the north, they're going to move the artillery either to C0 or maybe push them all the way out to A0. Depends on the angles that they want to open up for them. Setting up for some sort of a north cap play. They're getting in position here along D6 where teams so often set up while they're attacking, but more often than not, they use it to attack the north cap. And like I said, Wally's going to go ahead and just keep moving towards the north. He's going to sit here in the low ground, or he's going to push all the way up into that top corner. Looks like he's just going to stop here right now. look for some shots. The thing is, if you look at the angle he has, he's not going to have the greatest shots towards the middle. Now, he's looking towards the north, expecting some sort of hold-down heavy tank out here to get the resets. And this is actually kind of clever if you think about it. There are two things that he's going to be able to do right here.
If he fires, I was going to say.
Well, there's two things that this artillery can do from where he's at right now. One, he's going to be extremely useful in getting anything down from that A1, A3 climb. He can pretty much just nuke them out of there and get them down. The other thing is, so often we've seen a lot of hold-down tanks at A4, A5 up there along that top ridge, a lot of 113s and IS-7s, and they sit there, they're able to get the resets and the eyes on the one cap, and they're very hard to dig out unless the attacking team commits. Bringing this artillery means that they could take the time to just fire a shot or two and just soften them up and get them out. All the way up in this corner, looking for the shots right now. And from this top corner he's in, he's going to have a bit more, or a few more viable shots down into the south, like this 215B that's lit right now. And or the rest of these tanks pushing around.
Oh, man, if he could... Oh, they've got to be very careful. He's got a shot.
Oh,
this is insane. Is he going to take it?
Oh, come on. Why'd we switch off of that? And the damage just goes out. Look at all the damage.
Photo finish, though, finding Drock. As he is now getting punished as his
Impact
external
comes around, and Eclipse are just bleeding left and right. Despite putting out all that early damage, Apex were just able to push in and clean these guys up. They just push straight through those 50Bs, and now Apex are in a great position in battle number 2.
Ox cleaning up to Doma. Could you imagine if that was a 155-58, the tier 10?
Oh, that'd be shot after shot after shot. Or even a Conqueror gun carriage at that point.
Yeah,
just
that could have wiped out like 2
splash.
tanks. It is now 3 out 4 here in favor of Apex. They do have photo finish, pretty much a one-shot.
But they're up by about 3,000 HP.
Yeah, and they're up a tank as well.
Cool is chasing down Ox. He actually doesn't get the shot off, but External finds the kill. And now it's just down to T1 Diabetic and wall hacks. T1's going to poke around. He might find photo finish.
Okay, he does. Unless wall hacks lands a miracle shot right now, I don't see this going to Eclipse.
No, at this point it's over. It's going to make the series 1-1. Like we said, this should be a back and forth series. It's just going to be one of these teams barely edging out the other, in my opinion. Well, we do favor Apex. It's anyone's game. And this, like I said, evens it up 1-1 right now. Just the M40-43 left alive for Eclipse. Probably going to try to buy a little bit more time, set themselves up for the next map, which the next map will be Ruinberg.
And who will be starting on defense?
It will be Apex on defense.
Okay. Very well.
Yep, so that makes it 1-1. You gotta love the coordination out of Apex. They set up, they got all their tanks there in position, and while that artillery could have had a nice shot, splashed a lot of them, ultimately they were still in a good position to really just focus out all those tanks of Eclipse. And Canadian Impact coming around in the north at the same time. It's just beautiful coordination out of Apex.
Absolutely.
They were able to put so much burst downrange.
Yeah.
And so while the artillery helped out a little bit, the crossfire was just too much, and Eclipse just got evaporated essentially at that point. And it shows in the damage here. External, Nits, Akula, Photo, all able to do pretty good damage for Apex. T1 Diabetic only able to do 2,600, and then the next best, Ox and Vetro, 1,900 and 1,600, just not really able to get super involved in those 50Bs other than dumping out their clips towards that last engagement.
And overall, again, it's just the way that everyone is so uniform on Apex's side, the way that the communication has lined up. And I mean, there's External right there, the damage farmer for Apex that game. They just, everything comes so well together for Apex. It's ridiculous. And on the flip side for Eclipse, although they did lose that round, winning the first game, the way they're so loose and fluid, but they play so fast at the same time. It's really impressive watching the dynamics of both of these teams.
Right, well, this was Apex playing their game well. They understood what was going on from their team. They had a solution for it, and they executed it near flawlessly. And this is the difference between them and, say, 07, like we were talking about earlier. 07 kind of lacked that killer instinct to a certain extent, where they see the opportunity and they just go for it, they know what to do. Apex, they saw the opportunity, decisions were made quickly, and they went for it. From the time they were in that position, or Eclipse was in that position, to the time it took Apex to respawn, was less than a minute from the time of, all right, this is where we're here, this is what we're going to do and execute. Where earlier 07, they would take multiple minutes to kind of figure out what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, and there was a lot of discussion. This was probably a lot of discussion. The decision-making is just so quick out of everyone. It just went so well for them.
Yeah, well, let's get into map 2 here of the finals between Eclipse and Apex.
Runeberg, a mixed type map. The defending team starts the battle on the green, and the attacking team starts at the center square of the town. Bases are located quite far from each other. Both bases are better controlled from the village when playing a heavy setup. It's better to attack the first base through the top direction with the help of several well-armored heavy tanks. For the attack on the second base, it's better to use a more mobile setup and either play through the center or split forces. In general, the map is not easy to play on. Teams often use blind shots and risky shifting of the forces from one flank to another.
Lineups coming in: Apex, a 113, a 50B, a WZ-111.
Again, we've seen that tank so much today.
A Batchat, 215B, another 113, and the Tier 9 WG PZ4, better known to many as the Waffenträger. Looking at Eclipse coming in here, an IS-4, a 113, 250Bs, a Batchat, and 2 Tier 9 Bats.
So talk to me a little bit about Germ's tank.
It's the Tier 9 before the Grill 15. Used to lead up to the Waffenträger off E100 back when that was still a thing. Giant tank destroyer, autoloader, had 5 shots, pumped out a lot of damage, was also a huge target. Then they changed it out with the Grill. But regardless, this is the tank that leads up to it. Very good camo. The gun on it's very good. Consistent fire, high DPM, very accurate. Tank overall is very slow, and like the Grill, it doesn't have a whole lot of armor. So for Tier 9, they can kind of sit back and just throw shots downrange. It's great to play in this Delta Village because it can also shift towards the north and shoot that A4 crossing. So for defense, I do like it as long as there's not too many of them.
Okay, well, there's only one. As we see Eclipse set up right there at the 6-7 line towards the 2 cap and right below the Delta Village here. And this is a very standard setup that we see on Ruinberg. Again, this map is so strong defensively.
Yep. Now, the thing to look at with this double Tier 9 lineup, you kind of have to sit here and ask the question, would there really be a drawback to switching that WZ to, say, another 113 and bringing the RHM? It's close to the same gun. Well, it's not identical. It has relatively the same effect, and you gain the benefit of the extra DPM out of that 113. So we'll have to see if that decision comes back to bite them or if it works out. Just something to look at.
This is something that you talk about a lot, though. If you are planning on taking control of the 5-6 line or even taking control of the south, you need to have at least some presence down that E line or even just in the village, and we're seeing a lot of presence here set up for Eclipse. It's becoming obvious that the play is actually going to be around the 1 cap, but even still, they can flex well.
Yeah, well, the push is coming out, and this is going to be the moment of truth for Apex. Eclipse are pushing in to the north here. The 113 a photo finish, and the Batchat are going to be there to receive the push.
And let's go ahead and get a listen in right now with Eclipse as they make it happen.
Batchat twice, Batchat twice.
Brett, kill the Wheezy.
The waffle hit me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
We gotta kill photo.
Brett, get up here. Yeah, just push.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Just go. People.
Is he at the thing?
Yeah.
I can't really help.
Perma.
Don't be safe.
Yeah, get photo.
You guys get
I'm loading. We're shooting. 113s are shooting him.
I
Just
got
wait
one
for a
left. I got
reload.
one left. He's moving.
Oh, we can't hit him.
Yeah, you guys
Can we
didn't get
kill
any
Mox?
damage into him.
Can you kill Mox or no?
Canadian.
Fuck.
Oh my
Waffles
god, I'm
are-
fucking throwing.
How many do you have? No.
You fucking guys have to kill photo.
Guys,
That's the
come
call.
on. I got 24. They're just gonna push me. 50
I
beats.
can kill photo. I can kill
Kill him.
photo.
I don't have a shot on him.
Nice.
I got
Kill
17.
Impact, kill him.
I got 17.
Go for
I
cap.
got
Go for cap. Impact's kill
got
Impact
12,
and
I
then
got
go for
12.
cap.
Impact's gonna
Well,
get a reset.
You got the reset.
It's fine.
Kill him.
No, don't let him clip
He
you.
shot twice.
You have
He
to
can
kill
kill
him,
you, he can
T1.
kill you.
Brett, we have
Yes,
to
I
have to
know.
kill
I got 3 seconds.
Kill German open.
Germ's tracked.
Loading.
You guys are
Notice
not going to be able
coming
to
in,
get
notice
You're
coming
not
in,
going to be able to
get
get
out.
cab. You gotta run. Gotta run.
I have a dead engine.
Just get behind the house.
No, I can't. See when you have to get a clip in.
12. 10.
I had one left anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, if we don't listen to the strat, it's explained in the beginning. We cannot win. You guys have to listen. This is all pre-planned strategies. Like, this is just a pure strat fail. That is a win. We say every time, and even in practice, kill the A line, and then we win. That's it. He's in the open. He didn't take one shot from the heavies.
Like, we even permed him.
So Wahak's venting some frustration, and
just a little
now,
bit.
to be fair, there is no reason that Canadian Impact and Photo Finish should have lived as long as they did.
Sure.
And you gotta love the play out of Photo Finish. He recognized that he was gonna die from the 113s in the middle, so he chose to go for the face hug on the Batchat. Batchat's gun, even if he had the heat shells, was gonna struggle against the front plate of that 113 from point blank. Batchat just wasn't able to get the depression to shoot the lower plate, and at that close, I don't even know that it would have penned if he could find the shot. So just a great decision there out of Photo Finish, and instead of going down, he's able to take out Oxmathis. And you even heard Oxmathis realize the mistake that he made. He let Photo close at that point, and you heard him say, "Oh, I'm throwing right now." So, you know, a lot of individual mistakes there. If they had won that North, this would have been a completely different game.
But see, this is exactly what I'm talking about with comms. When you have someone very tilted in a sense, that mood could kind of transfer onto the rest of your players. It's not just about, you know, the information, whether or not it's useful, or you know, kind of the argument you make in favor of eClipse's comms, even though it's a little more freeform. When you have a lot of essentially confrontation happening within the comms, it can lead to bad situations, which is what we just saw.
Yeah, absolutely. And so often, it's not even just necessarily comms, but just how the team interacts in general, how they play together. So it
the
has
word toxic comes to mind.
Yeah, it has an impact on the bigger picture, and you kind of have to say that was really almost Eclipse's loss to a certain extent. They ran a very good.
I like the strategy. Yeah, I really like the strategy.
To be fair, I think part of that was Apex just being a little bit too complacent on Roenberg defense, just trusting their instincts a little bit too much to a certain extent. However, they stuck to their guns. The individual play held out for Apex, and they managed to walk away with a win. You know, we've talked today so often about Roenberg, you know, defense being a guaranteed thing, and that for once was not really Apex really making a huge mistake, but Eclipse, you know, having the right timing, getting in there unspotted, and really making Apex work for it. But individual plays, especially at a Photo Finish and Canadian Impact, they came up huge, and they really won that game as much as Eclipse lost it for themselves.
Yeah. Well, 2-1 now in favor of Apex. I'm sure this lead is going to be very similar to the way the last series worked out between 07 and Deja Vu, specifically because of the level of play these two teams both incorporate as well as show. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if we're going to see Apex really come up with a 2-game lead, but it's definitely possible.
Yep, and looking at it as we head into the second round on Roenberg, Apex coming in 2 215Bs, or 1 215B, 250Bs, a TVP, a 140, an E3, and
the wall that is the OHO.
The OHO and Apex are attacking right now. And then looking over at Eclipse, 2 113s, 350Bs, a Batchat, and a T-54 lightweight.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest, most mobile, most agile tank in the game, the OHO. Also, did I mention the cannon is superb? You're looking at me weird. Why is that?
For those that don't recognize sarcasm when you hear it, I am sorry for you right now. Yeah, and right now Apex kind of setting up real passive. They have a couple tanks down in the south, and then they have Germ in that OHO just chilling out in the north right now.
I'm very curious to know whether or not they're going to use that in the north, or maybe they might swing that south. The problem with the OHO and how slow it actually really is, and how it's really just a one-dimensional tank as just a fat shield. I feel like once they choose a cap point, they have to commit to it, because that OHO's not making it from one to the other.
Well, he already went towards the north. He's heading to the south.
what I would expect to see happen here is they're going to put them on the 2-cap and use them as a bunker. Now, they saw the Oho, and they're set up for the 1-cap play. And look at how many tanks they have dedicated towards this 1-cap right now. They have T1, Rock, and Wallhacks all waiting for it, with Wallhacks being in a passive scout position. But instead, what they're doing right now is they're shifting these tanks around into the south.
Literal classic bait and switch, James.
Well, they're showing them one thing on by the lineup, and now they're executing another, just trying to throw off eClipse a little bit. This is one of those things where having one lineup that can run multiple strats can come in useful, especially when it's a lineup that a lot of teams are going to see as a telegraph.
Yeah, and traditionally in the past, not only in broadcasts that I've watched from other seasons, but what we actually saw from this season ourselves was that Oho being set up right there at the 1-cap at B5. Like the very corner of it.
Yep, just turn sideways and then throw something on cap behind it. What I expect to happen, or expected to happen, was for this Oho to push out towards that 2-cap and either hide the side of the E3 or maybe the 140 and really build that cap pressure. Because so often what happens is there's just too many angles on this cap from this Delta Village to get reset from. And so if you can use that Oho to take away one of those angles, you can have all your guns and armor pointed towards the other angle. And it kind of takes away one problem for you as the attacking side, which would have been rather ingenious. However, they've left Germ still by himself.
Yeah, Germ is... I don't really get this. And the problem with what I see here is that tank, the Oho, its cannon isn't necessarily that special either. So, I mean, if it isn't being used as a shield, it's not going to be the best gun
Now,
either.
you have to imagine point blank versus a lightweight. It's probably going to come out on top. You know, just a massive amount of damage going on onto that lightweight. Not necessarily massive, but massive in scale to the T54 lightweight itself. You should be able to win this. So he's going to spot Ox Mathis coming in here. He's going to take a second to go down, and this may trigger a push from Apex.
Yeah, and he is going to go down indeed. Let's see how Apex deals with this as we head into their comms.
About 4, and he's going to be looking F-line. He's going to be
Kill them and then get
horizontal.
safe. Kill them and get safe. Get safe.
Flipping.
Got green too.
You can shoot the bat in mid as well. Be careful.
Yeah,
you may be
the
able to
bat
shoot
has like 3. Bat has like
The
3.
50B up north is he's starting
113s
to
are in the
clipping.
open.
I'm
Get
clipping.
damage on the 113s.
50B is -1 on the north. -1.
Reloading.
Right.
Get everyone's
Red
ran.
20.
Get
Lightweight's
together,
still
guys.
on the
Get
F.
together.
Lightweight's on the F.
Make sure you guys are
The
together.
113s are sort of stuck there right now. 10 seconds, I will clip
I have
into
people
one of them.
clip or
I'm going to go north.
Okay,
I'm going
good,
to go
good.
north. We can start killing those 113s from a different angle soon.
Dona's
I will-
permitting
I
master
will kill
people.
them.
I
I
have
will
people
kill
on
them.
reload.
I will kill them.
I have
Okay,
master
the
people
bat's
on
here.
reload. Fox,
Alright, good.
I'm on draw cap.
shot.
Get
draw
draw cap,
shot.
draw cap, draw cap.
Yeah, draw cap's the next pick. Okay, we know
I
that.
have Fox on him, unless someone else does.
Do
The
it, do
50B
it,
will
do
be
it now.
A0.
Fox.
The 50B could be A0. 50B
No, he's
could be
not.
A0.
He's
He's
like
not, he's
right
not,
here.
he's
He's like
not.
right
lots of
there.
time.
Okay, okay, okay.
Green 1,
Let's
I'm
reset.
clipping.
Let's
I'm
reset
clipping.
south.
Yeah,
Let's
reset.
reset south.
Just
Hold-
don't take hits.
Ox,
Don't
Ox,
take hits.
Going down the line. I'm letting him not get away. You guys just look for the
yeah.
damage.
How many is he out?
I think he's only out 1.
I'm
Okay,
holding
there's
3.
5.5 minutes. We got
50B
lots of
was
time.
north, you said?
Just hit everything.
was.
guys.
Yeah,
Hit
yeah,
everything.
I
he's
think
north.
you can get this guy before the 50B would be relevant.
He's out
Lightweight
3. He
maybe
can't
support.
kill you. Can't kill you.
They're
He
probably
bounced me twice.
tilting. 1 HP. Okay, good. Now triple cap. Oh my. Triple cap.
There he is.
We want
Get
fast
damage,
attack. Fast
damage.
attack. Okay, okay. Just shoot T1 if he's crossing.
The lightweight's in the window.
He's out 1. T1's out 1.
I'm clipping.
Okay, let's just go for the lightweight.
Track him.
Fox.
Okay, good. Everyone else triple cap. And it's get the
Lightweight
if he's
is
there.
mid.
We want to win.
Lightweight's
We want to
here.
fast.
He's here,
Okay,
he's here.
Okay, okay. If you have him, just kill him.
Yep.
Such a beautiful bait and switch coming out of Apex. That was Ruinberg defense for eClipse.
Not how I saw that playing out. You know, I figured they were still going to use that Oho to screen in some sort of way. But the way they used it, leaving him in the town there, like I said, the chances were that Oho should win a 1v1 versus a tier 8 light tank. And so what happens is that means that eClipse have to pull a tier 10 to come deal with it. And once a tier 10 gets spotted in the village on the other side of the map, that means that
There's an
Apex
overmatch somewhere else.
has the Apex on the other side of the map. So while there's 2 guns on one, they have 5 on 4 on the other side, and that's all that Apex needed. They pushed the Delta Village right then
That's
and
some beautiful strat calling and just general strategy development there from Apex. You gotta love it.
No, just great stuff overall. And at the end of the day, it's just Apex that get the win on Ruinberg attack. We've talked about it all day. I know we've been talking about it, about how it's so hard to do, but Apex just did it.
Yeah. And
Dodoma.
look at the damage from Dodoma. Oh, Dodoma. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah. Mr. Joshua Gray.
Clutch, my man.
3,500 damage. Canadian Impact, 2,900 damage. Ox doing what he could. In that bat chat, however, you have to remember a large majority of that HP is actually from the Oho. So
yeah,
and that you can argue that killing that Oho was almost meaningless to a certain extent. It just confirmed that he was out of the fight. So really only able to do a couple shots of really meaningful damage to a certain extent. Germ only able to do 649 in that Oho overall.
You know what? In Oho, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, exactly. He did his part. He pulled the tanks away from that Delta Village, and he gave Apex the opening. You know, earlier I said that one thing that really separates Apex from a lot of these other teams is when you see an opportunity and you go for it, even if it's only a slight advantage, as long as you have that confidence to not let that slight advantage slip, and they play like it, it's just so beautiful. And that's exactly what it was. They only had the extra gun for a short amount of time, but they recognized it, they understood the timing that it had to be, and they pushed in and they went for it right at that moment, and they capitalized on it. You know, it was from teams like Deja Vu and 07 earlier. When you have those advantages, we saw them give away, you know, the advantages that they had so often and just give them back to the other team. Apex not doing that, just seizing the moment and just going for it.
All right, well, we are now going to head into map number 3 between these two teams.
Cliff, the most dynamic map in the league. Battles on Cliff always turn into desperate double-edged fights. Teams start from the same spots as they do in standard battles. The first base is located near the defender's spawn point, and the second is at the bottom of the hill. Sometimes teams split their forces and send several tanks through the 1-2 line to the left of the small hill, but usually both teams play at the center. The attacking team can send one of the tanks up to the lighthouse or behind it. Fast and quick-firing vehicles are better suited for this map, mainly medium tanks, including tanks equipped with autoloaders.
And here we go, the lineup's coming in. Apex coming in with an E5, 4 bat chats, a TVP, and a T54 lightweight. Eclipse, 5 bat chats, a TVP, and a T49.
So we've seen this before where a team will bring like a 113 or an E5, or we haven't seen an IS-7, I don't believe, but just that consistent fire tank. I think it was a 140 we've also seen on this map.
Now if you want to talk about mind games, funniest thing I just noticed, wall hacks in the T49, not running the 152 millimeter, not running the derp gun. He's running
the big cannon.
Yeah, he's running the small consistent fire tank.
Interesting.
Consistent fire gun, excuse me.
But that's the cannon that's why the T49 is my fave.
Yeah, and the small gun doesn't really benefit them a whole lot. You might as well bring a T54 at that point.
So
mind games.
Because they may be thinking that, hey, oh crap, this is a light tank that can finish someone off, but in reality it's just shooting Skittles.
Yep, now the benefit is it does have the consistent fire and it can play cleanup a bit better. But when you look at it, you have to wonder if that's what you're going for, how much is that mind game element worth? Because as soon as they recognize it doesn't have the big derp gun, then they know it's from that point on, it's done. So why not just bring an RU-251 or a T-54 lightweight at that point?
Yeah.
Because the gun on the thing is nothing special. It's not bad, but there's no real benefit to it. And it's such a large tank. The gun depression's the same as the RU-251, and it's actually a bit slower than the RU as well. So,
but again, overall, it's DPM benefit. So let's be honest.
I would have to check what the DPM is with that smaller gun versus the RPM versus the RU.
I can almost promise you it's the DPM benefit.
Interesting. And right now, Apex just feeling out Eclipse slowly. They are up on HP by just a little bit, but only 1 shot traded per team at this point. Interesting bringing in E5 while attacking. We haven't really seen a whole lot of heavy tanks on Cliff in general.
Actually, another thing to just think about isn't the that 90 mil, the cannon that's on the smaller one on the T49, isn't the depression much better? The gun depression?
I don't know that it's a whole lot better than the RU-251. I believe they're close to the same.
Okay,
so it's better than the lightweight, but I believe the depression between that and the RU is
close to the same, if not only better marginally. Now, the one thing that we haven't been noticing, I was talking about the heavy tank. You know how earlier I called Canadian Impact the GOAT of Apex? Look at where this E5 is right now.
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to just ask. Where are they placing this E5?
This E5 has climbed all the way up the side, and they haven't spotted him yet. They don't know that he's here. He's right where Brett is looking right now, but he hasn't spotted him, and now he's going to be up on this hill in an E5 at point blank versus a Batchat. Ox is about to light him, and Ox is just going to go, what? I don't even know what to say about this. They have a heavy tank up on top of the hill on Cliff.
There's about to be a whole lot of tomfoolery happening, essentially.
Now this is going to make it very hard for Ox to stay up there. And Canadian Impact has this E5 up here. He's going to have the gun depression to really bully these Batchats. They're going to really struggle to hit the cupola, especially at these sort of ranges. And this is just overall a great decision by Apex.
Yeah, this is just odd to see a tier 10 heavy up there. Like,
oh, it's odd,
on offense.
But look at this. You can sit here and play the top of this hill near perfectly. That they're barely going to be able to penetrate him unless he makes some sort of overglaring mistake or gives T1 Diabetic his side armor.
All right, well, moving forward. Oh, External taking 1,700 points of damage out of seemingly nowhere.
So just stuck his neck out for a little bit too long, and it was the Batchat sitting over at E3 that were really able to start firing on him. Pumped out a lot of damage.
Well,
and now they're reloading, and they might finish him off, but he needs to hurry up and get up on this hill, or he's just going to get picked off back here.
So let's go ahead and go in with the essentially the reaction or the comms here of Apex.
I'm just going to clip.
Jerem, what do you want from TVP?
Ideally, we need to either send you up or we need to have you.
Don't
Nix,
make
what do
him.
you think?
I don't think anybody can go up.
Keep him closer with the bats or something. Anything but make him.
I got lit.
The back
There
side.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't even bother trying
Okay,
to
don't
a
even bother
spotter.
boosting. Don't even bother boosting then. We just have to leave impact up there, and we either rotate all
They
of
know
our
there's
bats to
no
2 line,
NG.
or we go 9 line. That's it. That's it. What do we
Well,
do?
if he's still over there, we should just fucking
I think we
kill
go
him,
2 line. They have one on hill, one
we
A5.
should just kill him.
Can we get there without getting lit though?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can.
All right,
think
you
we
guys
do
are
it
gonna have to do that. I think I have to stay here and try to spot them when they counter
Do
push.
what?
They're
What are we
gonna
doing?
come in the mid.
We're going 2 line to kill that instead.
Yeah,
'Cause he's still
we're
there.
gonna have to group up everything that we can except for this Batchat and E5.
Yeah,
Brett?
let me stay here.
So let's just send everything. Or should we leave the TVP here and just have him
Yeah.
come in after?
Just leave the TVP. TVP can
Alright.
cover. Leave him as a pivot tank.
Okay, yeah, do it.
I'm pretty sure Brett has Binox, by the way. Pretty sure that's why you're getting lit.
Okay.
Dodo, you didn't get lit going down?
No.
Expect their T49 to be like F1 or
Let
something
me
like
and
that to
Akula take
spot.
the front, Dodo.
So don't be surprised by that.
All right.
Time that shit together. Niche
Yeah, we don't
charge
have-
at that move. 3 minutes.
Akula,
40.
you'll take
Yeah,
inside
time.
since you're first. I'll go second. Dodo will go third.
You know they have a 49 sitting here, right?
Yeah, slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. I need the rest of you guys getting ready to push once we see this, all right?
Yeah. There's 49. 49 missed, or
He missed.
Didn't
Ignore
fire.
him. Ignore him. Ignore him.
just have one person kill him.
That's a one shot. That's the 40.
There goes
90.
Metro. All right, we've got to get big over here. We got to crush this nipple group.
Clipping.
It's not gonna work.
Push the hill. Push the hill. Push the hill. Get the hill. Get the hill.
All right. Ox is dropping off.
There's still a bat in
Ox is
A5.
out too. Ox is out too on me.
I've got 3.
Photo, can you help for Svetro? I
Oh,
got
wait, no,
red.
there's no bat in A5,
14.
or he's clipping.
Red
He
12.
just shot.
Vetro's behind
He
the
just
rock.
shot. He's
Red
there.
10.
He's there.
Red 8.
External, careful.
We can still bring this back, guys.
Yeah.
We got this. Vetro's in a really bad position. Photo, I'm loaded now.
I don't think Ox can kill me.
I'm
You want
clipping,
him to come down? You want him to come down
You're
and
gonna
help
have
you?
to. You're gonna have to. You
I'm
got to
clipping.
come down.
E5, start pressuring him.
Master Pupil's out 3 on me. Master Pupil's out 3 on me.
Can I light the A5 boost from 9 line?
We need
2 minutes
we need
left.
support.
loading.
We need a
A5
support
guy's
photo.
loading.
We need a support photo. 10 seconds.
TVP will be loaded in about 10 seconds.
Can I light the A5 guy from over here?
I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in.
Vetra's at 1.
Impact, I can shoot north nipple.
Vetra's at 2.
-2. This bat's gonna come here, so careful.
There's another bat on the 2 line shooting at photo. It's out 2.
Two
And the
tanks
TVP,
there.
and the
TVP is
TVP.
And the
also
TVP.
here. They're both there.
All right.
This is absolutely an insane and intense match between these two teams. This specific round, I mean, it's essentially a 1v2. I mean, if you just look at the HP, 2 tanks for Apex being 1 shot, and then just 1 being for Eclipse, but still 2 very healthy, full HP autoloaders on the side of Eclipse.
Yep, the decision to bring that E5 and using them just to bully the top of the hill, that's just a great plan, really just to counter what the common meta has been, and that's especially on the defense, to get tanks up on top of that hill, use those climbs on the backside. And that E5 just makes it so easy for Apex to take control of it. Where they really faltered was everywhere else. External getting lit up and taking a bunch of HP early on from the guns left in the donut. Some others made some poor trades, and then when they made that push, they just bled too much trying to get wall hacks out. Just overall, Eclipse were just in a better position, especially when Apex was down in that low ground.
Yeah, and it looks like Eclipse is indeed going to lessen the lead by 1 game, as it's now 3-2 in favor of Apex.
Nope. Thought External was going to go for a swim there for a second, but looks like he's just going to buy some time for
Take
his
a little
team.
dive, maybe have us judge the form.
Yep, but he does get spotted now. He's going to drop into the low ground. I don't think anyone's really in position to shoot him right now, except for T1 Diabetic. Tries to snapshot off, misses. T1 picks it up, and that's going to make it 3-2, still in favor of Apex, but Eclipse pull 1 back.
Yeah, Eclipse do pull 1 back here on defense, but now it's going to be them headed towards the offensive side to see how they do against Apex. And again, statistically, how's Apex done on defense here on Cliff? Or just overall, I don't think we really talked about that.
Yeah, well, they only played it 10 times this season. They're
Right.
7-3
right.
overall. They're only 3-2 on Cliff defense, though, so not overly impressive. Just over 500. Meanwhile, Eclipse, on the other hand, 4-1 on defense, and they are 5-3 on offense. So we'll have to see what Eclipse can do. They could tie this series up 3 apiece.
Absolutely. Again, we expected this one to be a very tight and close game between these two teams. But, I mean, look at Brett, Master Pupil, and Drock.
Yeah,
just dropping damage on top of the team of Apex.
Yep, and the Canadian Impact only able to get off 1,500. Thought he would have gotten a little bit more up from the position he was in, but just being able to take control of that hill in itself was just a great play. And then he also 9 shots received, 6 pens, 3 non-pens, 1,100 blocked. Just a great. I like the idea in the concept of moving that E5 up there, getting them up there. Had his front armor angled towards the donut the whole time, so even if he did get lit, he wouldn't take any damage. Got up there and was able to just make the tanks, all the bad shots for Eclipse, back off the top of the hill, and that really opens up a lot when you're the attacking team. The problem is the second or third phase for that strat for Apex just really didn't come through. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is it just didn't pay off.
Yeah. And we are now 10 seconds out of the next round here. It is going to be on the same map of Cliff, but now it is Eclipse that has to be on the offensive side. So again, with Apex not being, I wouldn't really want to say comfortable, but without being crazy experienced on this map this season, it could be Eclipse bringing it back.
Yeah, no, definitely. You have to think that they will. They like I said earlier, they came back from being 3-0 down against Apex to win it in overtime before. So it is not beyond the realm of possibility. It's only 3-2 right now. It is 1st to 7. Apex need 4 more rounds. Eclipse would need 5 more rounds. Looking at it, Apex coming in here.
Oh, what?
5 bat chats, a TVP, and a T54 lightweight.
And then Eclipse bringing 250Bs, 3 bat chats.
It's 4 bat chats and a T54 lightweight. Sadly, we are not going to see the 155.
I got so excited for a second there.
That would have been crazy, but no, not going to see it. Eclipse are just taking all their guns straight over towards the 1-2 line right now. They light Germ, but Germ lights most of them in return. They know that they're over at the donut, and we'll have to see what Apex decide to do here momentarily. Canadian Impact takes a couple shots, but is able to get out of there, and now the rest of the guns for Apex are set up in the middle. And they should be able to pin the rest of these tanks for Eclipse down here into the donut. Nitz is heading up towards the north to try to cover Germ, have that crossfire across the 1-2 line.
It is going to be Eclipse completely taking control or just taking refuge behind the donut there.
Yep, absolutely. And at this point now, Eclipse are going to shift a couple of their tanks over towards the 1-line. Germ should spot them out here momentarily. They have the 50B supporting. They do light Germ. However, Nitz is in position to punish. A lot of damage going out towards wall hacks. Going down, he's a one-shot, and he gets finished off by Canadian Impact all the way up from the middle hill.
Wow, nice shots.
Now Apex are back in the lead in HP on the series. T1 Diabetic is now stuck in the north, essentially. Germ can keep him lit. Nitz is reloading right now, though, so if Eclipse are going to make a play, now's the ideal moment to do it before he gets reloaded. However, they have a very, very short window to work with.
Well, seeing as now T1 Diabetic is tucked behind that one cap and Ox is making a move, let's get in to the minds of Eclipse with a listen in.
No. He's gonna be in the bushes.
What do you want me to do here, Wally?
Well, you gotta try to light the A6 guy. This guy has to come up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, A6.
I have to make sure I'm not getting wrecked by these guys, like here.
Should I go back
to peek mid or no? Yes or no?
No.
TVP?
No shots on.
54 is gonna peek.
We'd have to pull out really far if we wanted shots on the team.
No, don't shoot that.
I got one into him. I got lit.
54 didn't peek me for some reason.
I'm gonna start blind firing up there. A6, A5.
No, not yet.
Yeah, don't.
They have a bat up there, I'm pretty sure.
It's really hard for me to like be able to do anything because this guy can like just shoot me for free. You know?
Yeah. Well, T1 has to try and work him out.
I can try and back the PvP off.
I'll back up
Like we're gonna have to time this really well.
Okay, I think we need this bat chat to come up and try and light both sides real quick, and then try and force them to come in on us, okay?
Make them think that we're mid because there's a bad thing.
We got 650.
I'm lit here. They're pushing behind the cliff. On my side?
Where?
Like up here. Yeah, like 9-0 he means.
Do we want to do something? Do you want me to see?
Hold the bat north, bring the 50Bs up here, move this bat, just commit.
Okay,
Get up here, these two guys, go.
Okay, go. 54.
Get out of the open, get out of the open!
I can't.
Yes, you can, come in!
Why? I was gonna get killed by the fucking...
They have a bat on the hill.
You put yourself in a 3-person crossfire.
I was getting shot from A5.
It doesn't fucking matter. Would you rather be shot by 3 people or 4? We didn't even kill the guy.
Chalk, I'd be careful. You can't.
Yeah, I know.
Get a shot there.
Okay.
Okay, what do I do now?
Got 6 minutes.
They have a bat on the hill, so.
Yeah, I don't know, like... We gotta make a move south crossing, and Ox has gotta
People, can
stay alive somehow.
Well, can I blind fire? Can I try to blind fire this right now?
Go ahead.
Want to spot the blind fire, or should I just keep my clip?
Clipping.
Yeah, I'll just keep my clip.
Where do you want the 50Bs to move? Wally?
Petro's gonna have to move up to the houses under here, and then the 50Bs are gonna have to cross. What?
I can get out because the 54 isn't peeking me. Do you want me to try
I think he's staring at you right now through the bush.
I'm not lit. And I was behind the rock, so I'm not permalit. I mean, do you want me to try it?
I mean, you could try it, but you could also just play the ramp right here as these guys pull across.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, Petro, can you get to here? Oh, yeah.
I'll try to shoot the guy on hill if he tries to shoot you, but we're trying to see if he's on the other side.
Wally, how deep do you want me?
Just not suicide deep.
I'm lit.
I do want to go?
Start going?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Ox, get ready to play it the way you want.
Let's try to get photo. Oh, he's looking at us. They're lit.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go on.
Why isn't the other back going?
What? It said 50B's cross, not 50B.
Alright, next map. Tomorrow.
man, there was a lot going on there for the team of eClipse.
Yep, well, this is about to
Do you remember when I was speaking briefly about comms?
Yep, just a little bit. You gotta love it out of Clips. Are still at like 4,000 HP, and they're just like, all right, next map, this is over.
Yeah, especially when those 50Bs cross solo and they just got shredded to pieces.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. They at that point, they knew it was a Hail Mary. They had to try something. They're down on HP. They're down on tanks. So they just went for the one option they had left. They tried to drive the 50Bs up the middle, but the crossfire was just way too strong. They went down quickly, and at that point, the game was over. They knew it, and now they're just going to sit here and try to get ready for Muravanka, which is going to be up next.
I mean, we are going to see Apex with, again, a 2-game lead over Eclipse.
Yeah, that's going to make it 4-2. Apex just coming in strong right now once again. And we've talked about this a lot. This isn't Apex just doing anything mind-blowing or crazy. They're just
playing very solid.
They're just playing their game. They're running the strats that we've seen out of them a lot, and they're playing them very well. They understand the rotations. They understand what they have to do. They've made a few mistakes overall, but for the most part, they've just been playing very, very consistently, and that's exactly what Comp said they wanted to do at the start of tonight. Today, anyways.
So far, it is looking like the Apex curse of old, which was also Noble and Cunningham's, is starting to fade away. They have a 2-game lead on Eclipse, and they've been controlling, like we said earlier, the entire season. Look at all the damage coming out of Apex and the lack thereof on Eclipse's side.
Yeah, you'd almost argue at this point it's just a lack of damage out of Eclipse, and not so much Apex doing anything insane here. Vetro, the only one able to really be effective for Eclipse, but even then, when you look at the second page, the biggest thing you'll notice is the pair of the 50Bs that are sitting down here on 0 apiece. So those 50Bs just never able to get involved, and then at the end, they're just kind of left with no options. So they go, all right, well, let's try something. And so they just drove up the middle and hoped to get somewhere where they could do something, and instead there was just too many guns waiting for them of Apex. They just focused them out, got them down, and
there he is.
There ends the game, and there's
photo finish.
Jamaican sniper himself.
He is been such a just grand pickup for this team, honestly, and watching him has really been just a pleasure, a delight. He's such a strong player.
It's really hard to say any one person's really stuck out for Apex, but if I had to pick one for Apex that's really stuck out this season, it's been photo finish. He's just
I couldn't agree more.
He's taken that whole thing of consistency to the next level. Just able to constantly stay in these fights, do a lot of damage, and so once again, even if he's not doing an insane amount of damage, it's always just very, very consistent. Early in the season, he was up there with Canadian Impact in terms of just kills done on the season. So just a lot of respect for him, just able to always perform and doing it again right now at this final. And you know, we've talked about just the raw experience of a lot of these teams, and like I said, everyone on Apex has been around, and you got to remember, even though they're just now with Apex this season, previously they've been here with Simp, and even back then they've been here with Hammer Time.
Yep. All right. Well, we are already here to get into the 4th map between Eclipse and Apex.
Muravanka, a map with a great number of buildings, bushes and trees, amongst which teams hide for most of the battle. The attacking team begins the battle from the top of the village, and the defenders start from the bottom of the map. Both bases are better controlled from the hill near the first base, and from the green in the lower left corner of the map. There are many attack directions. The attacking team often attempts to gain the attention of defenders by putting pressure on the first base, whilst manoeuvring several tanks behind the second base to deliver fire into the defending's flank. Team setups are very diverse, but the players often choose the fastest tanks, even for heavy setups. They could even bring SPGs.
All right, so we are going to have 5 bat chats, an M4043, and a mouse coming out of Eclipse.
Hammer and Anvil strat, if I ever saw one. Looking at Apex, an IS-4, an E5, 4 bat chats, and a 1390.
There is that big, beautiful tank.
Big, sure. Beautiful, it depends on who you're asking.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, okay?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me? I'm just saying.
So many different ways I could take that, but I'll leave it be. looking at the setup for Eclipse.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Good night, external.
That sucks to be you, external. Oh my goodness.
Very reminiscent of what happened to Simp in the Global Grand Finals last year. I forgot who it was for Simp, but someone made an opening scout run, and I believe it was Wombat on tanks in the M4043. Just completely deleted him in the first minute of the game. Same thing happening there.
You know what? That's what happens when you get balanced.
Yep, just makes that opening scout run, turns for just a second, gives his rear armor towards that artillery, and just the instant penetration takes him down, and Eclipse already looking good.
I'm really struggling on just what to say here. That was nuts. What an opening start. That's an oxymoron. It's the same thing. What a start. I'm frazzled. What a good way to start for Eclipse. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Yep. And now he's looking over here towards the south, trying to see if he can find another tank to get lit. He's in right near where Akula hand photo finisher sitting. Fires a shot blind, doesn't actually get a connection though.
Can see the intensity here for wall hacks. Oh, there's another tank. Wait a second.
He's lining up the shot.
Oh,
He's just looking for it.
We need to stay here until the shot is finished, so everyone can see how difficult it is to play an SPG.
He's lining up the shot. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure if you're Chase Potato, you didn't even wait for that to aim and just fire it off. But
that's true.
Wall hacks taking an extra
second. Chase didn't even have the spot. That was the most beautiful part of that whole shot on Executus. I wonder if Executive still just wakes up in the middle of the night, like clenching his chest, just thinking about that moment.
Still just sitting here waiting for that E5 to get lit up again, but he doesn't know that the E5 has actually just turned around and completely
the E5
left.
is not even in that same postcode anymore.
Yep, and the mouse is slowly starting to build up the cap pressure. Sitting there on the corner of cap. And the Eclipse got to be looking good right now, just building the cap pressure. The biggest problem that Apex have to do right now is they have to find some sort of overmatch so that they can quickly get to even the series out. However, the mouse is going to take way too long to kill just because it has so much HP, but they can't really go chasing all the Batchats around, so there's just no easy solution for Apex right now.
Yeah, not at all, and it's going to be Ox coming on with that huge tank, mouse on a cap, and as we see the pressure starting to mount, let's get a listen in here with Apex to see how they deal with it. Or excuse me, Eclipse.
I got two. I have two.
20 seconds.
Try to get Dodo.
Keep going.
The bats like all shot. If the bats move up and go.
Remember, kill our bats. Kill their bats.
I killed
their
Dodo.
bats.
Kill the bats, kill the bats.
Akula.
Akula?
I got Dodo. I got Dodo.
I got him.
Nice. Canadian.
E5 kite away from the E5s. E5 away from the bats.
Hide away.
Get away from the heavies.
Kite away from the heavies. Get out.
I have to run. I got one. I'm clipping. I'm clipping.
That's right, just stay safe. You can even get under the ridge if you need to.
Kite him run.
Get behind the house.
Canadian's
1390
pushing.
shooting. 1390.
Germ shot twice. Nice.
Nice.
Hey, don't back.
Canadian.
Yo, Canadian's pushing. Wally, you have to move.
No shot on Canadian.
Oh gosh, I might die
Guys,
here.
I got three right now.
I got three.
Me
Yeah.
and people right now. I'm almost loaded. I can help you.
He's right there. He's right there.
I can't shoot him. I cannot shoot him.
He shot one. You can go. T1, you can go. He shot once.
I am.
I'm getting pushed by the heavy. You guys need to clean that shit
Aiming
up.
for a shot on him.
Start moving up.
We're aiming
Wait
for shots.
Wally. Let Wally shoot him.
Light him.
He shot
Yes.
again.
He shot twice.
Watch
Here,
the
Jock,
E5.
let's start moving up. Jock,
commander's
you want
gone.
to be careful?
Didn't hit.
Jock, start moving up.
My commander's gone.
Just kill him.
Yeah, just kill him so that we can go and just
I got one left.
kill the
I got
E5.
one left. I got him. I got him.
They're heavy so shot. They're
I'm
heavy
clipping,
both
I'm
just
clipping,
shot.
I'm clipping. Yo, we got 350, 355, 355. Pupil, you're
Pupil,
low.
wait.
You're low.
Pupil, wait.
What? What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about?
Calm down.
Yeah, you're low. Just wait for everybody.
Wait for everyone to clip.
I got 32.
I'm getting
Nice
pushed.
force.
Let's go, Pupil. Let's go kill the A5.
Okay.
Well, my commander's gone. I got 25.
The bad shot will
I
be
got
back
3.
here.
The E5 is over here. Are you
Hello?
gonna cross
I know.
or?
What are we doing?
I was going to.
We go?
Let's go.
We go.
I'm moving
Okay,
up
if
to
you
the
guys
building.
go, I can get around behind
Let's
you.
go, 5.
Go!
Flip him.
You guys are on
Go.
two. Kill E5. Kill E5
Please
together.
go. Holy fuck.
Okay, now bad chat.
He shot twice.
I'm on reload. Kill the
Guys,
ice
clip
kill the ice
the IS-4. Clip the IS-4.
I'm on.
Clear disagreement there with people. Oh my goodness. But it is going to be eClipse. Once again, trading it back up. Still a game behind, but this has kind of been the trend as far as these two teams are concerned in the series. Apex will go up 2 games. eClipse will close it back down to 1 game, and then Apex will once again hit their stride and grab another game to increase the lead by 2. So, I mean, if this is how it's going to continue for the rest of the series, Apex is going to take it. But there's got to be... What's the next map after this? I know we still have one more side here left, but...
It'll actually be moving on to Himmelsdorf.
So, and that is Apex's map.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
Eclipse, or actually, it's actually one of Eclipse's weaker maps. Looking at it, 4 and 7 on the season. So, you know, looking at it, definitely have to give that to Apex.
So if Apex wins this here on offensive Murrow, you could arguably say that they should be able to take the rest of the series on Himmels.
Well, if they can win this one right now, they could win. They could win it on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So now, but they have to win right now. They have to attack. Looking at the damages here, nothing too surprising out of Eclipse, just in terms of wall hacks. Just putting up second highest damage on his team, 2,800, which includes the 1,800 just from that bad shot he deleted.
The one shot that deleted external, yeah.
Yeah, but actually Apex are taking a timeout right now.
Cool. Okay. Taking a little bit of time. That is, I believe, the 2nd game they've lost in a row now.
Yep. So.
Oh no, they just won on Cliff. My apologies.
Yep. So
it was 4-2. My mistake.
Right now, now T1 Diabetic, 3,300 damage, not bad there. Master Pupil only really able to get through 2 clips, but only really able to make not even a full clip count. 1,600, pretty low. Then looking at the second page, Ox in that mouse, not really able to be effective, but you don't really bring the mouse trying to do damage.
Right.
It's a big anchor weight, essentially, to a certain extent, stop tank, and just there to absorb damage. And she did that to a certain extent, and hats off to Apex for finding the overmatch. They got that mouse down without costing them too much compared to what they could have.
The match started out as a 6v7. They were already down a tank.
Yeah, definitely, to a certain extent.
And that was, I believe it was a bat shot that external was in that went down.
Yep, exactly. And as good as Apex are when their backs are up against the wall, starting off a whole tier 10 down that early is pretty hard.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
To a certain extent, I wonder if they should go ask Kai how to play 6v7.
They did it? Right, because Hai did it 6v7 as well.
Against Eclipse.
Yeah. But unfortunately for Apex, Hai is not here, so they can't ask them that advice.
Yep. Well, I mean, Hai did get relegated, so I don't know you'd want to ask them for advice about anything, but that's totally besides the point.
Rude, but also true.
Looking at it right now, lineup's still coming in. We'll be into battle just a second. It is 4-3 in favor of Apex still. Apex looked relatively calm. They took that extra time out just to make sure everything is
I really do
ready.
like when teams, though, like, regardless of what game or sport, when they take a timeout and they really just take a moment to reflect on what's happened, whether they're up games, whether they're down games, they've just lost or losing, whatever the mindset is. I really do like, you know, just taking a moment.
Yep, absolutely. And just looking at it right now, you know, it's a good time to call the timeout. You know, they slow it down, they wait
You know, they kind of talk about what they need to go, but they're not having any sort of heated discussion. Just, all right, guys, calm it down. Look at it. What are we going to do? And they know how vital this round is because they know that they could close it out on Himmelsdorf. And if they can't, you know, close it out on Himmelsdorf, they can't pick this one up, they go to Proc. And Proc's a map that these two teams have been fairly even on, and eClipse on the right day could walk away with both of those. Yeah. So this match could be vital in the long run right now.
Yeah, and just to remind everyone at home, this is a first to 7 or best of 13.
Yep. So the way it works is there are 8 maps in the map pool, as there have been all season. Each team at this event gets one map that you don't have to play, and that can be the first 12 rounds. So if they cannot reach, either team cannot reach 7 by the end of those 12 rounds, then it goes to the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker map is predetermined ahead of time. Could be one of the maps they already played, could be one of the maps that was banned already.
Banned, correct.
And the side choice goes to the team with the fastest attacking victory. If we watched a series where everyone just went on defense the whole time, then it would default to most damage done throughout the series. So in that one, especially in a best of 13, could take a while to add up.
Yep. So if we do see another map after, after Himmels, what would it be? Would it be Prokhorovka?
Yeah, no, it's Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka. All right, very well, very well.
Yeah, and I'm actually not sure what the tiebreaker is for this final, so when we can find out what it's supposed to be, I will let you guys know.
Well, it would really put Apex in the driver's seat here if they could just take this victory, but they are going to be on offensive Merle, which is a very unforgiving side to be on, especially given the map.
Yeah, definitely, and looking at the lineups here, nothing too surprising out of either team. eClipse defaulting to that Crusader SP lineup, bringing 2 E5s, 4 Batchats, and then once again the Crusader SP. Meanwhile, looking at Apex, coming in here with 3 Batchats, an IS-7, a T-57, the Object 430 V2, the old Tier 9, and then the Batchat AP for the other Tier 9.
Eclipse just really favor that Crusader SP on this map. I think we've seen it from them almost every time.
Yeah, well, the tank is just so goofy looking too with the tiny little gun. There's a second gun on it, which is much larger, and it looks more like it belongs. But with the little gun just sitting back there, it almost just looks like a regular rifle to a certain extent. Just like a cute little gun on this big tank. And the fun thing is how this tank is built. At least the artillery version, it's actually mounted backwards. So the thing actually drives faster when you're driving backwards. So you can shoot at people as you run away to a certain extent, but it also makes it very hard trying to go forward and have your gun on target, which in artillery, you can argue, isn't necessarily super crucial.
It is a really goofy looking tank.
Yeah, I mean, the shoebox of Doom is definitely the better looking of the two. And looking at it, Apex have actually run the same strat as earlier. They've gotten this IS-7 in the south. They're using them along the riverbed here just to poke up and make sure it doesn't get lit. Make sure that it doesn't get caught out by some light tank sitting over here in one of these bushes like we've seen eClipse do to other people all season. And they're just going to poke over slowly, try to clear some of these bushes, and then if they do what they did earlier, once they have a couple tanks down in here nice and firm, they'll back them out, move them through the forest, and try to open up the rest of the map again.
And so for a lot of people, you know, that may be watching that are unfamiliar, just are asking the question, what is the benefit of bringing a Crusader SP on this map over like a Tier 8 Light?
Well, with this, it has to do with the resets. When you can bring a Tier 8 Light to stay passive and light the cap, it still relies upon 2 things. One, that Tier 8 Light not being found and not dying, because once that happens, then you have no eyes on the cap. And 2, making sure you have guns in position to hit the things that are lit. When you bring this Crusader SP, or any artillery for the matter, you can just sit there and keep blind firing the spots on cap where the tanks are normally going to be sitting. With Vetro here in this sort of bush, well, he's not going to light the entire cap, he's going to light the entire front half. So what that means is the artillery can just focus on the back half in the low ground and just constantly just fire shot after shot after shot to try to get those resets because it has such a quick reload, which is the reason why we see that brought over to say an M4043 or Lorraine 155. Lorraine 155 doesn't have that big a splash, it has a pretty long reload. And the M4043, well, it does have a decent splash to it. It only has a 40-second reload. So when you're trying to land those resets,
and if you miss,
it's not necessarily great. And just look at this little artillery. We've said it before, death by paper cuts. Just Damien in here. He's just gonna sit here and just fire off shot after shot after shot.
I mean, why not? He's not a tank killer by any means.
Yep.
Or at least not in this tier.
No, exactly. And so it opens up some options for him. Definitely has its benefits. 9.7 second reload. Now, the reason why we don't see the Crusader SP on other maps also has to do with the fact it has a very short range to it just because it is that small gun. If you look at how far he can fire right now, if he tries to go much further, it's going to be out of his range. And so it works in this map because of the situation.
Like the perfect map for
because
this.
it's open, he has enough cover where he's not going to get picked off, but he's close enough to the cap he can land those resets when he needs to. Because look at this, right now he's already out of his range if he tries to go that far.
You're not going
Barely
much
can
farther.
hit the cap. So, you know, the fact that it works like that, it makes it perfect for this map. And with a slight position change, he can hit the corner of that one cap as well. So it has its benefits. Not a perfect system by any means. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage. It's not an M4043, which can just delete a tier 10 bat off the field like we saw last game.
Exactly.
But in terms of just slowing down a match, it really can be effective.
All right, well, let's get into the Mines of Apex as we head halfway through this round.
Minutes, right? Yep. Why don't we just leave photo here and just all of us fucking back off and just counter push this and just go for it? Do you guys think that's right? I think that's right.
That's fine. That's a good bluff. Because remember, they're committing a lot of bats down south. As long as we can pick the north. We need to commit to the north, though. Like,
I'm loading.
Yeah, we need to.
If we don't get that blind, that's pretty early. The
guys,
photo trade is not good.
Guys, I'm going to linger a little bit and keep blinding.
Don't knock any trees over.
Okay, I want to keep blinding.
Yep.
And I may even knock down a tree or two over here just to do it.
Maybe jump on cap too.
Yeah. Well, Germ can just go mid city or something.
I don't think I can. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
He's going.
How are we pushing this Germ?
Dota, we need you to clear an A line.
Oh,
yeah,
ley line.
Basically, all of our bats are gonna go in like that. They have 4 bats.
Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys.
We don't have a ton of time.
Right. We want to do this before they know we have to kind of do the YOLO.
Are you still blind firing, Germ?
Yeah, on occasion. Just make that push
I think we're
happen
gonna have
quickly.
to do some kind of cap pressure or something.
I can't get on the cap without getting lit.
All right.
I'm gonna start going.
All right.
Right now.
You guys can start
But
going.
you guys can start being careful, right?
Can we go like 4 line and then push underneath their hill?
No.
Since we have photo on Germ there.
No, I think we go north and we put their E5 in a pincer with photo.
We're not gonna.
Okay, I
run
got
line
lit.
to
I got
kill
lit.
them.
Firing from here, which means
that Germ?
Yeah, I got lit.
We're knocking down a lot of stuff, but.
Germ, I would move over towards board. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the bowl, so I'm
Make sure you
safe
can
at the moment.
cover photo.
Don't peek over the top of this hill.
You guys don't want to get lit, because as soon as you get lit, they're gonna push.
I think we do 1 line, right? And get into these buildings.
This was not lit coming in. This was not lit coming in.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of time. We need something
Yeah,
to do.
we need to have this push happen very quickly.
How?
Very
All
quickly.
in. How?
Which
All
way?
right, we're
1,
gonna
2
push
line or
it
3,
straight.
4?
I think we should go 3-4, and then cut in.
What if we just come to the corner here and
Yeah,
clip
we just
out?
come in and we kill whatever the fuck is there. We kill whatever's on that ridge.
So
okay?
4 line? 4 line?
Yeah. With the
All
AP poke in the 1 line, but make that 4
And
line
Nitz,
happen
you
now.
go here
4 line
and
now.
peek over the
4
top of
line
that.
now, 4 line now.
I'm lit. There's something in the bushes here.
I'm lit.
This is lit.
It's
This
Vetro.
is Vetro. Vetro's -2. I'm not in a good position. I'm gonna get. Oh.
Alright, I'm pushing up to the 4. I7 be ready to be
Vetro's
aggro.
-4, by the way.
What do you want from that 7 Germ?
I think you should start being able
start
unless you have
probing
shots. Yeah.
There's a bat back here. Bat back here.
All
Like by
right.
this house.
What's
my bad.
dark? What
by
bat
this
is
house.
dark?
Cool,
What
here,
bat?
here, here.
What?
There's
Photo,
gonna
we should
be
go to that
another
bat.
bat. There's gonna be another bat in a bush.
That's fine.
Germ.
My commander is dead. I cannot spot.
Alright.
He's maybe in that bush clump to my left. The bush clump that I was using.
The E5
It's
is
careful.
repositioning. Draw just fired. Draw.
Reloading. Already
Already
just
shot.
shot. I don't know where he is.
Photo,
He's
I
in
think we should
K3.
start using photo aggressive. We have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes, guys. We need to be able to kill all this.
I can move up down the
There he
1-2
is.
line possibly.
I'm gonna. Is that the last bat?
I'm gonna clip.
Yeah, that's the last bat, isn't it?
Nope. There's one more.
They're in such bad positions. Just good pokes
I'm
on the
lit.
trades.
Yeah.
They're coming after me. They're gonna come pick me. Brett's gonna come after me.
2 minutes.
They're staring me down, kind of.
I'm going back. I'm going back.
One bat just shot at me. Photo. Oh, it's Ox. It's Ox. Ox is clipping me out.
Make
Ox
good
is clipping me
trades.
out
We
for
need
K2.
good trades.
There's the other bat. There's T1.
There's the bat in the open. Bat in the open.
Ox is gonna be clipping. Ox is gonna be clipping.
Impact, careful. Back up now.
T1's coming
Time
for me.
again?
Photo.
T1?
Photo, get your shots on T1 and then fucking push in after your next shot, because T1's gonna pick me.
Drawcap's pushing over. Drawcap's pushing over.
Impact can pick him. Impact can
I'll
pick
go kill
T1.
him.
That bat is a pick. That bat is a pick.
Yeah, Ox is still clipping.
I'm gonna
Impact.
get pick bats. I need you guys to start supporting me. Actually, no, you guys are
Photo,
low.
I
You guys
need
need
a
to go.
shot.
You guys need to go. You guys need to run. Bat AP. They're gonna push us.
Yeah,
you guys
Ox
need
is
to
gonna
get
be
that south
loaded.
and
I
rotate
have a
north
damage
right now.
engine. Yeah, we need to get in on this. Photo, you need to be very, very aggressive. Ox probably ran north. I have a destroyed engine, so this is gonna take forever. 2 minutes. Can't let him get out.
Get
Just
kills,
kill
Vetro.
Brett and Vetro.
Brett and Vetro.
Good kill, good kill. There's I need help. Just beeline it straight
Ox
in.
is pushing over.
Ox is fully loaded.
Wait for the high 7. Play D. Play D. Play D. Play D.
Really close match here. Photo finish is too far to the fight. He will find wall hacks, but he's not really going to be able to get in here in time, I don't think. They're still down by about 1,000, just German him alive. You have to think that Akmathis would be able to clean him up pretty quickly. It's actually going to be Master People that comes over, and it's just going to be down to photo finish. A 1v3, even with photo finish having most of his HP, or almost all of it, I just don't think he's really going to be able to get in here to do enough.
Especially with 20 seconds left, one of the tanks here for the team of eClipse can easily just run. This one's going to be over, so it is going to be tied 4-4 here in the series in the finals between Apex and eClipse.
Yep. So it evens its series up 4-4. Not a whole lot that Apex could do that game. They tried to do something offhand. They tried to keep the IS-7 spotted in the south, and as they said, it was a decent attempt at a misdirection. They wanted them to think that they wouldn't leave that IS-7 unsupported, but they rotated the rest of their guns around in the north. Tried to get a pick on a bat chat, maybe caught out of position, but no such luck. They weren't able to keep their guns together. Well, Eclipse anyways kept their guns together in the south, and they just held a very tight defensive formation. They didn't have to make a move, and it worked out for them, and that brings it even 4-4.
So for the first time since the start of the game, it is going to be a tie. Apex had at least had a 1 to 2 game lead essentially this entire series, but now it's dead even. And as we see, photo finish still just 3,300 damage. You could argue some of that damage came in late simply because of the positioning and the strategy incorporated by Apex. But I mean, even still, it's impressive that he's been able to be on top 2 games in a row now.
Yep, but they look at photo finish, just doing so much for his team, and then next best is Germ down there at 1,900. So often we talk about the consistency out of him.
That was the first time we've really seen a lack of consistency from
Just
Apex.
they all struggled to get in there. Dodoma poked up and took a lot of damage, and so did pretty much everyone else on Apex, unless you were photo finish. They're the man he is himself. Just doing what he can, but not enough. Was able to get some good shots off there, kept T1 Diabetic honest. Wasn't able to start firing to help out the rest of his team, but to be fair, Eclipse didn't really need T1 Diabetic into that fight till late. They cleaned that up pretty comfortably.
So we are going to be moving now into the map of Himmelsdorf. Now, this is a map predominantly dominated by Apex.
Yep, absolutely. They've played it so well this whole season. It's just been one of their staples to a certain extent. Even when they played with comps for the last match of the regular season, they were just driving around having fun, and they were just completely tore apart M60s.
Probably the funniest comps I think I've ever heard.
Oh, that was hilarious. All the voice changers and nonsense. But, my point is, even while they're goofing off, they have this map just down so well that they can even just kind of take their foot off the gas to a certain extent and still just play so well on this map.
But they're definitely not doing that here as we look at Wally.
Yep, and some interesting tank choices coming out for both teams here. We'll get into that in a second as soon as we load in. But you got to favor Apex on this map, both on offense and defense.
And you have to think if they can get to 6-4 right now, going into Proc, you have to think that Apex could pick up one of the 2 rounds there.
All right, well, let's do it. Let's get right into the next map between eClipse and Apex here in the finals.
Himmelsdorf, a small city map. The teams start the battle in opposite corners. Both bases are located close to each other, but in a way that you can't stay on the defensive all the time. The main attack routes pass through the hill, the alley and the railroad, but in general, the attack can be successfully executed through any part of the map. Heavy tanks and tank destroyers with powerful guns run the show here. However, a lot depends on the mobile light tanks.
All right, so 2 E100s from eClipse, as well as 2 50Bs and E3, 4th FE 4005, and a 1390. Now, Apex is going to be bringing 2 50Bs of their own, but it's going to be followed by a 215B, as well as an IS-7, their own 4005, a Batchat, and a 5100.
So, little interesting tidbit here I just got. The tiebreaker for tonight is Prokhorovka as well. So not only is Prokhorovka going to be our last map of tonight, it's also going to be the tiebreaker. So this match, one way or another, at this point, will be decided on
Prokhorovka.
Germ in this 5100 just spotting towards the hill. They do spot wall hacks, but I don't think they realize that there are just all the guns for Eclipse up here. And look at the positioning out of Apex. They're pretty much ready for this sort of push. They're actually waiting for an 8-line play. Sitting here in the 7-line alley external looking towards the south. The second they spot this push, they'll be able to turn, rotate, and be ready for it. Doma's sitting there across the gap. He'll have good shots. I would not be surprised to see him just completely evaporate someone here before too long.
Push coming here. Brett gonna be spotted by Germ as they are proxying each other now.
And Germ just working the extreme
holding
slope
his
right
ground,
there.
but this should be a gross overmatch. If they're able to get it, Ox is just massive shot, Pupil right behind, and they're just gonna wipe out Germ just like that.
A solid 1-2 punch there. I see what Germ was going for, but 5100 is just too big to play a spot and stay safe from those E100s. The thing you have to remember is besides just the angles there, the E100s are also just taller tanks than normal, and so they have that extra angle to work down towards that low ground because they have the natural higher elevation. So if he had been playing, say, a 416 like we saw before, he probably could have played that spot and been impenetrable to a certain extent. But 5100, big French tank, not able to hide as safely, and Brett takes another shot. Already taken 2 shots for 600. He has 806 left, just being worked down. So not bad trade for a 5100 to a certain extent. However, still 7 guns alive at the end of the day for Eclipse. Another shot going on to Master
Slowly,
Pupil.
they're just getting kind of picked up at, or just picked at in general. Although they do have a technical tank advantage. Overall, HP pool is not heavily in favor of Eclipse at all, just barely.
Now,
and they have 2 E100s, so I mean, you could argue if those were just regular tier 10 mediums or heavies, that they would in fact be losing the life. Oh my goodness, HP advantage. But Photo Finish is taking more than half his HP.
Yep, now something I do want to point out to people, people that are just getting to the E100, for example, that don't have a lot of game time in it, or just struggling in it in general. Pay attention to Ox and Master People here every time after they fire. They don't leave their gun pointed towards whatever they just shot. They angle it off to the side, and that's because, one, they don't need their gun on target anymore, but the armor of that E100, it's flat, and so to give it a better chance of bouncing most of these shots, you have to angle it to the side. So at this point, he's just side scraping there, keeping his gun pointed forward. Unlucky to take that shot to the turret cheek. Very lucky. The APCR shell managed to penetrate his turret cheek there, but more often than not, he's going to bounce. Another bounce going off there, off the side. E100, great tank at side scraping. And you see that little turret cheek, that's where the shot kind of snuck in a little bit. When those turret cheeks are looking directly at you, if you're playing against an E100, that's the time when best to shoot at them, especially if you're firing heat out of any number of tanks or you're just in another E100 squaring off against them. Just aim for those little cheeks of the turret, as we call them, bottom corners, and now they're breaking out the HE shells.
HE shells, yep. All right, with about 5 minutes left here in the map, once again, halfway through it, let's go to the comms of eClipse.
People go across. All right. People go across and then.
Someone just
They're
shot me.
ready. They're ready.
Someone just shot me.
Just move up.
One of the 50B shot me. I'm not sure who did, but one of the 50B shot.
The 50Bs are stuck there. The 50Bs are stuck there.
I'm watching for the 215 and 4005.
4005 shot.
4005 missed.
4005 shot.
Shot.
Kill the 50Bs.
Yo,
Don't let them
E3.
leave.
Go. People, you don't want to go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, I'm backing off.
The 50Bs are gonna come this way. Get
50Bs
out
are
of
getting
there.
in.
Retro, run to us.
Guys, we need to help.
Go.
I'm fine.
Can
Loading?
Can we get these guys?
Yes.
I'm getting pushed. I think I'm getting pushed. I'm getting pushed. Help.
Yes.
We can watch A1.
Nice.
Nice.
Reloading. Guys, they might push me. They might turn around and push me.
I'm backing you up. I've got 10.
Yeah.
Bat
Nice.
chat. 673, 673.
I tracked him. Well, okay.
Ox.
I didn't do anything.
Ox,
to
we
him.
can go.
Ox has him.
No, I don't.
Okay,
50B,
don't.
50B in courtyard.
Ox.
I missed. Oh. It's a
Guys,
one shot.
We're getting trapped in here.
Guys, we need to
We
bully
need
out.
to move. We
Get
got 4
here.
minutes.
Go, please.
4 minutes.
We got
Bully
4 minutes.
out.
Go.
What's yours? Go.
Go. Me and Vetra are moving. We got 4 minutes.
I got tracked. I
Yeah.
can't do anything.
I can go up north and cut down 5 line and shoot the FB 4005.
Just push the north. This.
I'm going around.
I hit the
shot in
50B.
ass.
He's on fire.
Come on.
This is on fire.
340.
Move up here.
Vetra,
Wait for
like
this flank. Wait for this
Yeah,
flank
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
go.
Yeah. I'm going. I'm like full health. I'm going.
I
Go.
got you. I watch your
T1,
asses. I'm watching your ass.
He shot. Oh, he's
4005.
going.
4005.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Careful,
He's
cool.
looking at me.
Fuck. Jesus. Yeah.
Fuck.
What are we doing?
Stuck
Guys,
on this fucking corner. You guys get the...
Do we go in?
Let me take.
guys,
take
shoot
the
the 4005.
Yes.
Akula already shot.
I'm getting killed by the 50B now.
Channels 1.
Guys, come on. Stop.
Guys, come on. We need to kill him.
Yes,
Crush
yes.
5 line. 5 line.
Distract. Kill
Let's
loading.
move.
Reloading.
Let's
The
move.
Doma.
Reloading.
All right, go.
Wait, Brett, don't die.
I got 18. I got 18.
I can't
Dodo's
kill it.
gonna peek on one. Look at Dodo, please.
Jesus,
Brett, look at him.
guys.
I'm going. I'm turning.
We got 244.
You guys
Yeah.
need to stop on.
Nice.
Hey, Dodo. There you go.
Nice.
Loading.
T1
Go to cap.
50B shot one.
1
50B
has
shot one.
HP. T1 has HP.
T1, just get on cap.
Brett, just
Tensions are high, to say the least.
Well, and the most amusing thing, in my opinion, is that's almost how Wallhacks always is. It's not just like this is just some special event he's at and he's just stressed out and panicking. It's just how he always handles himself. Just very aggressive. Make sure everyone knows how he feels and what he thinks of everything. And
I'll just say
That's his
this:
personality.
it's a stark difference in comms between teams.
But this is going to be a round win
Yeah,
for
Eclipse.
Eclipse.
Very well done, taking a victory off of not only Apex, which they've done this series, but also on one of Apex's best maps, also on defense.
Yep,
That's
definitely.
freaking impressive.
Yep, but Canadian Impact, too, also threw away a large portion of his HP as well as
when
his
he
ammo
came
rack
around,
and his gun, trying to kill Wallhacks.
Yeah, he came around trying to kill Wallhacks in the 1390, and in that match at tier 10, he just ate so much damage from the crossfire that was set up by Eclipse. Very unfavorable situation to put himself in.
Yep, no one able to really get these resets, and Nitz is not going to be able to find the shot soon enough. And that's going to be 5-4 in favor of Eclipse.
So, in the first time in this series, they are going to have a lead over Apex.
Fox Mathis this game. Wait till you guys see this damage. Did a lot of work that game in that E100, despite
Ox-
not being in the greatest position.
Ox was such a good pickup for them. He's an incredible damage farmer.
4,600 damage over 9 shots. Then External trying to do his best to follow up 3,700 in the I-7, and then both the 4,005s, 2,200 and 1,900. Not really a whole lot for the 4,005. Tadoma, most of his shots were onto that E3, trying to soften him up. And 2 and Diabetic, most of his damage was on to Tadoma when they were finishing him off. So nothing too impressive outside of Ox Mathis and External this game. On the second page, it just drops off. Master People in the other E100 not really be able to be effective. And then Germ in that 5,100 just got completely deleted in the first couple seconds.
Something to note also about Ox is like he's not getting his damage by being like super far away from the team and not being involved and just literally just sitting back and sniping. Like Ox is generally either flanking or like in the thick of it. Like he's not just chilling on the side. So for him to be that consistent in damage, and there he is, it's a tall task, and he usually meets it like 9 times out of 10.
Yep, no, for the last couple seasons, he's been a very consistent player. The last couple seasons with High Voltage was one of their stars. He's stepped into this eClipse lineup, and he's definitely brought a lot to the table. He's been able to bring a lot of consistent performances to them.
Agreed.
Now, you have to weigh individual performance against how well he melts with the team. Early on, it looked like there was a lot of moments where they didn't really gel, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And so, doing it as late in the season as they did, or at least halfway through, you kind of have to question if changing up the team that won last season was really worth it. However, he stepped into this lineup. They've made it this far. He's been playing very well today, and right now they're 2 rounds away from being the first team since Fulcrum to walk away with back-to-back titles.
But as you know, Apex will not just give it up so easily. They're not going to give it up without a fight. But they're on offense now.
And this lineup out of eClipse, Wally and whatever he is feeling for the 50Bs today, still bringing a lot of them right now. This should be a good bit of fun, especially because Clips are now on defense. So what they have in store with all these 50Bs should be interesting. Lineups coming in as Apex 250Bs, 4005, 113, an IS-7, a Batchat, and a 1390. Meanwhile, Eclipse, 4 50Bs. A Batchat and 2 Tier 9 bats.
They've been very 50B happy today, all day.
And judging by the looks of it, they're either going to roll straight down the 8 line or straight up the hill, and it looks like they're going to go straight for the hill, trying to catch someone out. Make the opening scout run. They do spot wall hacks. However, Tadoma and Germ need to be extremely careful. Germ's still trying to spot the middle here. He hasn't spotted Ox Mathis yet. And this could be disastrous with Apex because if Ox Mathis can get up here and pick Germ, not only does Tadoma have to worry about Ox Mathis, he doesn't know that the 50Bs are behind here because Germ hasn't spotted him yet. So they need to be very careful that they don't let one of the others die. And it looks like Canadian Impact's actually going to come up towards the hill, which may also be a mistake to a certain extent. They finally do light each other. Germ does get lit. I don't think Ox has actually been lit to this point.
And Ox is just sitting there as the juiciest bait. Oh, 1 Batchat alone? I think I will. And then you go to the the cocktail table to grab that shrimp, and just the whole table explodes on you. It's essentially what we're looking at here.
Not heard that one before, but I like it.
It's not really like a pun or anything. It's just literally what I imagine with this bait is someone going up to, it says, free shrimp or whatever you're into, and then as soon as you go to grab it out of the bowl, it just explodes and you're dead.
Oh, well, that could be Germ exploding if he's not too careful. However,
it might be.
Look at this rotation. All of the guns out of Apex are coming up here. And while this would be a good initial position for Eclipse, you have to wonder if Apex keep the train rolling and they just push over into this. They in theory, would have a 5-on-7 overmatch early on, and that could work in their effect. Now you gotta remember the 50Bs.
And they are going back down to push photo finish up the hill. Again, the IS-7 such a great tank, good damage, great frontal, and just armor overall, but magnificently slow. Not as slow as like a mouse or an E100, but it's just not that nimble. Let's go with that.
Trying to sneak up as quickly as they can.
You know what? I think this would be a perfect time to go into comms of Apex.
Let's hear it.
You just sit dark.
7
and then
minutes.
wait for us to push him.
Don't get lit aside from Photo. Let Photo peek it with his turret. They should not be able to light him.
If he runs, then he's probably alone. If
He's not
then
alone then.
He's not
Just
alone.
go on. Everybody go on
He's
the
not alone.
western side of the zero line. Western side, so they pull all the way out. That's how you do this.
It's
I'm
time
gonna
for
get out of the
go
way.
wager.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Poke one and back up.
Dodo, probably hold your shot for the 50B.
Yeah.
Track.
There they are.
Pull back, pull
It's
back.
4005.
And your shots.
Loading.
Reloading.
Loading.
Shit.
Photo.
They're gonna be clipping.
Photo,
They're gonna be
push,
clipping.
push,
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 push, push,
Photo,
push. Don't
push,
move.
push,
Don't
push.
move.
Go now. Go now.
push.
Remember, we need a pick. We need a pick.
Germ, go past.
I'm going past. Remember, we
Our
don't want them
50Bs
to
will load
reload.
before them. Our 50Bs will load before him.
All right. There's Wally.
I will
Wally's out
pick
one.
Master. I will pick Master. Keep going.
Careful, Nitz.
Brad.
Nitz, careful, careful. I'm clipping.
I'm clipping.
I'm ammo cracked. Ammo.
Reloading.
Take a hit, take a hit, take a hit.
I got 2. Wally's going A-lane. Wally's
We got
going
these
A-lane.
guys. We got these
him,
guys.
We got
Kill
him.
the
We got
50B.
him.
Kill the 50B.
Buck is gone.
Share HP.
Red 10.
I have 2 Wally's coming in on this side.
Fox on T1.
Good shot. We're up.
Don't
We're up.
call your Fox's
Good
damage.
shit.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine.
It's
fine.
tied.
You
It's
one
tied.
shot. That's great.
I'm just fucking around.
High roll.
It's tied, guys.
High rolled.
Fastest attack. Fastest attack. Kill him. I don't know if he had that.
He's tracked. He's tracked. Good shit, boys.
I don't know.
So in an odd twist of fate, again for the second time today in a separate series, there's actually been the offense that has dominated instead of the defense.
Yep. Well, all I have to say is Apex just read Eclipse like a book.
Yeah, they even said it.
They said, this is probably what's happening. Let's look over it. Batchat's not running. He's sitting here waiting to be the trap, be that fishbowl as you were, or the trimple, as you were saying earlier. And they knew it. They pushed over. They said, all right, well, we'll go for it. We'll just take Ox out, and then we'll see what happens.
Not only did they take out Ox, but they
put
just
out
put
a
so
lot
much
of damage.
damage onto the side of Eclipse.
Well, and you love it out of Apex. It was decided ahead of time. All right, we'll poke over once. We'll take out Ox, and then we'll back up so 50Bs can't get free shots, and we only got
Right.
some damage in.
Yeah, they did,
weren't.
they
They
did.
weren't really able to utilize their damage. The auto letters are most effective when they can sit there and they can fire and fire and fire and fire. And so when it turns into corner games where it's poke, fire, and then back off to safety, that's when the consistent fire tanks, especially the ones with the high alpha, can really be effective. The IS-4 with the 490 alpha gun, 113s, and then something like a 4005. A corner game, or as we call it, a peek-a-boom situation, 4005 will eat that up all day.
Yeah. Looking at the damage, Akula in the 50 beast just beasting 3600, then Dodoma at 27, and Photo Finish at 23. I think my favorite part of that match was actually with our caster headphones on. We both heard wall hacks just yell run. It's so
Once they realized they were
desperate.
coming down after that initial push, it was just turn and run, and apparently they weren't moving fast enough for his liking, and he made sure that they knew to leave.
Yeah, and then it was Master Pupil caught a good amount of air, which unfortunately for him slowed him down. He got put into a corner, and then they just beat him up.
So it will be Apex defending first onto Prokhorovka, and like we said earlier, the tiebreaker for tonight, or for this battle anyways, is Prokhorovka. So one way or another, in the next 3 battles, this will be decided on Prok. I'll also wait to find out who has the fastest attacking victory at this point.
It might be, with that victory right there, it might be Apex. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. I don't think either of the Cliff games were particularly fast.
Not necessarily, no. There it is, the trophy. The reason these two teams are still playing. That and, I mean, let's be honest, $90,000 for first is not bad.
Yep, so seconds away from going into our first battle on to Proc. Once again, it's Apex defending first. And the other thing, I think it's so fitting that they end on Proc because the first time these teams played this season, it was the same thing. This map was decided on this very map.
Yep, well, let's go into the final map of the day with eClipse and Apex.
Prokhorovka, one of the first maps in the game. Teams start at the regular spawn points as they do in standard battles. Bases are separated from each other by the railway, so the defending team has to choose whether to send their vehicles to the left side, playing them in the center, or to the right of the railway, occupying the hill and a part of the village. The attacking team usually attacks the first base. However, the teams often go for face-to-face confrontations, 7-on-7, in the hilly terrain at the center. That's why both teams frequently use vehicles with good gun depression angles and sturdy turrets.
Yep, and looking at it right now, Apex coming in here, 3 batch chats, a Grill 15, an IS-7, an E5, and an RU-251. Meanwhile, Eclipse, 3 113s, 3 batch chats, and an RU-251, a lineup that they have run many of times this season.
Yep. Let's just see how they played. Canadian Impact and Wally may just right off the bat see each other. In fact, they're definitely going to spot each other here.
Wallhacks only lights Canadian Impact and decides to back off before he takes any damage. Very same opening play out of Eclipse as we saw earlier this afternoon in their match against 07. They have T1 Diabetic up on the high ground at Kilo 6. Very clever little boost. Shot going out on the Wallhacks there for 342. He does have a dead gunner now. Very unfortunate for little Tyria Light. Obviously deciding to run rations instead of a first aid kit. So he will be without that gunner for the rest of the game. Brett has pushed up towards the hill with T1 Diabetic covering him, and then Brett in turn is covering Ox Mathis, and I believe T1 Diabetic should have some shots towards the middle there over Ox Mathis as well, but I'm actually not as familiar with that spot T1 Diabetic's in. As we said earlier, it's the first time we've really seen it. And looking at it, yeah, he should have some shots towards that village. He has enough elevation that he can shoot over the train tracks. So pretty clever spot for a support position. I don't know that I'd want it to be. Oh, and it blind fire onto T1
Wow.
Diabetic.
That
Very
was
lucky
nice.
out of photo finish. So Apex obviously doing their homework, recognizing the spot. Now, the thing is, because he wasn't lit, he didn't know that he had moved. And T1 Diabetic is going to live to fight another day. Looking at it, Germ in that RU-251's up at A0, external down in the low ground. Doma, Kula up on the A6 tracks right now. .113's just holding passive here along with Vetro in the bat chat. Not a whole lot for them to do right now. They don't want to push into some sort of overmatch. They don't know where all the guns from Eclipse or Apex are at this point. Not a whole lot going on right now. It looks like Wallhacks over on the 0 line is trying to get some intel. This is the same scout run that got him killed earlier. We'll have to see if that happens again.
That's true, actually, against 07.
Yep, but Germ actually hasn't lit him yet. Now he gets lit. Sternal and Dodoma are in position to deal with him, as is Akula, I believe. But he's going to get down here into the low ground without losing any more HP at this point.
You know what? At this point, I think we should take the opportunity to listen and hear to Team Eclipse.
I don't know if I'm permanent here, so I'm just gonna stay and see if I got D-Light. 10 seconds, then I'll poke up
blind
again.
shooting A6 and I got lit.
Okay, I'm gonna poke up again. I'm gonna poke up. No, I didn't get lit. I'm gonna poke low. See if I get lit from this.
620.
Yeah, 620. No, okay, I'm gonna poke high now. Get ready for an A6 shot. I'm lit
We have to come
early.
down,
Okay, they're healed right here. This push.
Okay.
Can we do anything? Think about that.
Okay, he's in A0. He's in A0. Okay. Okay,
That's
now
charm. Yeah.
keep one bat here. Rotate the other bat to the 2 line. We're gonna move up 2 line here.
Yeah,
You
but,
want
yeah,
me-
you're full HP,
You want me
Brett.
to move to here? Like, turn
No,
around
no,
and
no,
go
no.
back?
No. Not yet. Not yet.
Before-
It's
Before we push 2 line, the 113 should just get wet. So they.
Me?
Yes, before we push. Don't
Well,
do it
the
now.
the IS-7 like backed off, so I probably can't get it again.
Okay. 520.
520.
Just drive as fast as I can.
515, 14, 13.
Oh, bat.
Yo, the best there. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
one,
1
two.
2 1
Go.
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 Going up the 1 2.
I'll
You want me
meet
to
you
cross
guys.
over? I can cross over probably.
Holy shit, I'm missing so many shots. Dude, all my shots just missed him. I got hit by the I-7 in mid. I got hit by the I-7 in mid. I have to delay and get off.
We need you to stay on hill though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Let
He's
me
gonna
just
go
get
for
the-
odds.
Yeah, I know. Let me get on the back of the hill.
I can.
Clear
So-
A2. Clear A2.
Yeah.
We gotta protect Ox.
Yeah,
Come back.
yeah.
This guy has to come back.
Yeah, come on.
I can do it.
You alone won't be able to protect Ox.
Okay.
You are 2 shots.
Alright. As soon as we come around this corner, I'm just gonna. You know what? You guys can clear that. Yes.
Yeah, clear the back. Get here. Come on. We're not.
what's that
nothing
garbage
to-
stuff?
Come on,
Guys,
guys.
got 420. 420. We're running on time.
Vetro, you stay. You stay here. You stay here.
All right. Vetro, stay here. Move the 113s closer this way. Okay.
Yeah.
We have the whole fucking map. Remember.
Can we light the I-7? If we light them, Vetro can maybe able
4
to get
minutes.
shot.
Crossover.
I mean, I can cross.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Keep one in the ball.
I'll go bow.
I can't let the ice.
No, we got 355, 355.
Alright, where do we want to push, Wally?
Well, you and the 113 gonna get here. We have them all stuck here, so if we just get the fucking lights, we win, okay? And we have the guy in the hill.
Okay, I got lit, so I'm gonna wait.
What do you want me to do
few
in the back?
seconds.
Just going up mid? What the kids?
He said 1 in the bowl.
I'm in the bowl.
Yeah, come towards hill, Brent. Just come towards hill.
2.
I've got nits permalit.
Wally, do you want me to move towards Oxen people?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, that's on me.
Okay, we're gonna make a move here, and Retro's gonna hold this area, okay? These bats are gonna come down and clear whatever the fuck is here. We're gonna have to clear this and this, and they have the RU in the high part.
Alright, it's 310. Alright, I'm with people
All
right now.
Brett has the lead.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Move the heavies up.
You want us to just bully the I-7?
Yeah. We
try
can
to.
bully the E5.
Bats,
Try to shoot
bats,
the E5.
Yeah,
Try to
shoot
shoot
the
the
E5.
E5.
Bats are moving. Do we want the bats to go now or wait?
Just wait. To
We have
see-
shots on
have
E5.
two-
We have shots on the
They have
E5.
E5 shots. Just let them farm.
Shut up, small.
Oh,
They
I got
have to
lit. I
react.
got lit. I got lit. I got lit on hill.
The grill shot. I'm being shot. They have a bat in A6.
I am spotted as well on the hill. There's somebody's close.
Somebody's close. So
Can we we can't
they
really
know 2 bats are here. We need to just go. Just bring 1 bat down.
I'll go. Stay. Move, T, please.
Yeah. I-7.
All right, Vetro, you gotta try and get closer.
I can shoot him. I can shoot him.
Yeah,
I shot. I-7 just shot. I-7 just shot.
Oh, yeah. Houses.
Don't play aggressive.
Where's
Oh,
that?
he's on the
E5,
fucking all the way up.
He's
He's all the way up.
trapped.
Bat is
Where?
all the way
Playing
up,
aggressive against that.
Shit, yo, the guy.
The bats are shooting. The bats are
Killed
shooting.
I-7.
Loading.
I can't.
Batch
Bat
is
is
pushing on me.
Here,
You
Josh,
need
back off,
these
back
two
off.
guys to move if you can.
I'm
No,
getting
they're
shot.
low. They're low.
We
Hit
can't.
me.
I can't do anything.
They're
What do you
pushing Vetro. Okay, we need to
2
make a
minutes.
move.
Heavies
guys have to
need
do
to get in.
This
Okay,
guy's
I'm gone.
out. This guy's
Alright,
out.
E5. Let's get the E5.
2 minutes.
Are you?
Metro, you need to get out, and then you need
I'm
one.
getting
He
out.
bounced? He
Getting
bounced
out.
me?
You guys
two.
go.
There's the bat.
He shot. E5 shot.
Coming to help.
Alright, I committed over. I committed Okay. over.
Vetro
Go
can
shot,
turn
go
around
shot.
on them.
Vetro, you need to
I
kill
got
Dodo.
E5.
No,
I got
I've
E5.
got him.
Minute 30.
Okay, we need to kill
Minute
these
30.
bats. We need to kill these bats, or
We
we
gotta
need to
kill the bat on the 1 line. Can you get the bat on
Kill
the
the
1
bat
line?
on the
Nice, nice. He's got it. He's got it.
Okay, get 2-1. Get the bats on cap.
Grill shot again.
The
Grill
grill.
shot
There's
again.
still a grill. There's still a
I
grill.
can get
yeah,
on cap
move
2.
up north to
I'm gonna
try
get
and
cap
stop
2.
the grill.
We'll have 3 on.
We got 120,
Nice.
120.
I'll get on cap 2. So
Memoract?
3 on cap.
I'll get on cap. I'm Memoract.
No.
Grill,
I
grill,
can't.
grill,
no,
grill,
grill,
Anyone got a shot on the grill?
Metro, how much
No,
time do you have? Okay.
A minute. I can't reload.
Guys,
we got
guys,
a minute.
Guys, we gotta make sure we cover this.
Yeah.
I'm starting to come off the hill, but I'm taking a really long route. I'm
There are
trying to be as
3
efficient
on,
right
3
now.
on. We have to get resets.
Yeah, we have to get resets from the F line right now.
Go into the D line, I think. Go into the D line.
Go into the D.
Oh,
it's the 3 bats are on cap.
3 bats are on cap.
You just have to hit the bats.
External go. We need lights.
There he is, Brett. They're all lit.
I need to know that you bats have them.
We have one. T1.
Fox T1, Fox T1, Fox T1.
They don't have
Germ,
time.
stay safe. Germ, stay
don't have
safe.
time.
Germ, stay safe.
Running.
Run.
I'm clipping.
They're off. Just get in.
I'm running. I'm running.
Good job,
I'm running.
Akula. Akula's fine as well. We're good, boys. We're good. Good job, guys.
Whew. So we guarantee ourselves a tiebreaker at least. We have to win one more, guys. One more
on the next 2 frogs.
We're fine.
Just as I reload.
All right, I see.
That was such a sick recovery from Apex. I gotta say, that was so well done. Honestly, from both teams, eClipse's offense and the way they maneuvered the field was also very impressive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You gotta like the little mind games that Apex are sitting there, and they've also shown that they've done their homework, even just since their first battle earlier. Photo finish, knowing to put a shell into that or into that bush in the south, got the lucky blind fire on the T1. Then Germ, his positioning, he was up there on the hill. They kind of figured out where he was. He knew that there was blind fire going towards the bushes, so they had an idea that eClipse knew something was up there, and then after they backed off, Germ just came off the hill, moved over to a different bush in a completely different area, and it's just that second level of mind games that Apex started playing with eClipse. It made them constantly second guess, to where when the 50Bs, the bat chats on the hill poked up, they had no idea where they were getting lit from. They were just confused at that point, and it worked out very well for Apex. But what really stood out was how they closed that game out. They kept it composed. They knew that the time was on their side. They left Germ kind of in that backfield area where he could get involved if he needed to, but he was far enough away that he could run away like he did. Akula coming in here doing 3,400 damage. Canadian Impact 2,400 damage. People, Vetro and Drock all doing above 2K for eClipse, but not able to really do a whole lot as Ox Mathis down on the second page. T1 Diabetic also getting caught out, only able to really do 1 shot of damage.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a very long series, so we are taking a timeout real quick so for everyone to kind of reset and get ready to go right back into it. But my goodness, what a day it's been. Just overall, I mean, while we take this break, we can kind of just encompass what happened earlier. It was eClipse taking the victory over 07, but 07 did put up quite a bit of a little fight. And then we saw right after that, in the second semifinal, Apex just destroyed Deja Vu 7 straight games. I mean, there were some close battles in between there, but it was mostly a stomping.
No one will remember if any of the games in the game itself were close. They're just going to see the 7-0 at the end of the day.
And then to give it right back to Deja Vu for doing such a great job after that defeat, they came back and defeated 07
in a long marathon.
In a long marathon where both teams played fantastic, but it was Deja Vu able to edge it out, especially right after a loss like that. That was really great to see them kind of bounce back. Just mentally, I was very impressed.
Yep, and definitely a little bit lucky that 07 kind of handed them a few rounds there in a huge silver platter.
Yeah.
But, you know, they capitalized on it, and they were able to walk away with the third-place win.
Yeah.
Guarantee themselves $45,000.
$45,000, and then a chance to be a sub. If, for whatever reason, one of these top 2 teams that are obviously in the top 2, that was really redundant. eClipse or Apex, if they are unable to make it, either one of those teams, to the Challengers Rumble in New York City, guess what? Deja Vu gets to go.
Yep, and the thing to remember, that Challengers Rumble's not that far away.
3 weeks.
Yep, so if you're in the New York area, we'll be open to the public, so make sure you stop by at that. There'll be more info on the website shortly,
Sure.
I assure you.
Well, James, why don't you run us through some highlights coming up here in a moment as far as just the day overall?
Yeah, well, looking at it, Apex is from earlier tonight, and it was at this point, Apex just read what eClipse were doing very well. Even though they were defending, they were ready for the push. It was really photo finish and Canadian Impact that were the stars of this game, and they cleaned it up. Akula here taking out Brett at the end, but that game was really won or lost
a couple minutes before in that A6 village. Then the next game with Apex. Oh, this is Apex earlier still defending. At this point, it's just wall hacks going down. Kula just taking out Master Pupil after that whole trap. And this is just cleanup at this point. Wasn't a whole lot to say about this. The game was already over. The real decider in this match was when they went up and over on that hill. And they picked off Oxmathis for free almost. And then they traded very well with those 50 Bs playing that Ridge game. 2-1 Diabetic ultimately going down there to the hands of Photo Finish. Photo Finish has been so consistent this season. Then this is going to be Drock in this batch at tier 9, getting tracked here and spun around. Yeah. And he ends up going down.
He goes down indeed.
Yep, and then that was just one battle ago, and now Apex have gotten their first win on Proc. Now Apex have to attack.
They do have to attack, and from the way we've seen it, these have been going back and forth, but mostly on offense, which would kind of, it throws you off, because generally what we see is teams really dominate on defense, and then when they go on offense, they may lose, and then it's the same cycle over and over again, but not so much today.
Yeah, definitely, and looking at it right now, the other thing you have to remember is from the way Apex can be looking at it, they have 2 rounds to play with to get 1 win, where Eclipse cannot drop a point in either round. They got to win both and be perfect for the rest of tonight, and it's all going to be on Proc, so hopefully they can win at least 1 here and force this to overtime, because having this decided in overtime would be
just a cherry on top.
Oh, it would be a huge spectacle. That said, it will be Apex on match point right now. They can close it out. They are attacking on Prokhorovka once again.
I thought you were going to say they are attacking on offense, and I was like, James, don't do that. No, but you are right. This is theirs. They can see it. They can feel it. They are so close. It is just potentially 1 round away from being over, and Apex finally being the LAN champions. 3 bat chats coming out for them, an i7, a Grill, an STB, and a 251. Eclipse bringing 3 bat chats, 2 113s, an E5, and a 251. This could potentially decide everything, James.
Yep, so this could be the game-winning round for Apex. They could close this out right now. Eclipse getting very aggressive on defense, taking control of the west here, pushing all their heavy tanks straight towards that middle ridge. The Batchats and their lone little wolf pack working towards the 2 line. It is Vetro. It's actually out in front trying to spot, making sure no random pushes coming through. And Apex are running a very split offense right now. Only Nits and Dodoma down there in the south. Dodoma in the Batchat. Germ just trying to be some eyes for his team, and then the rest of them are all the way over in the east. Photo Finish working the 6th line. Kula and Canadian Impact in the south. And the last Batchat up on the hill of External, excuse me. And at this point, no one really making a move.
There's really no aggression, yeah, out of anyone currently.
Nits and Dodoma are both shifting over towards the 8-9 line, so they're going to apparently give up the 1-2 for Eclipse. We'll have to see how long it takes them to realize that they've given it up. Germ looks to be actually just taking a passive scout position in the south down there at J4, just waiting to see if they rotate through the south. These 113s for Eclipse should spot these heavy tanks shifting through here. If they do, Photo Finish is actually backing off to cross the train track, so he's going to come across the south. And we're just going to see a hard commit out of Apex all the way towards the east. And now I do worry about this, because attacking the 2-cap and really making that cap work is something that we have seen very rarely this season. And when it has worked, it's been because the other teams kind of misplayed it. They've been out of position. They've really committed towards that 2 line. And the attacking teams know that they've committed over that way, so they can jump all those tanks on cap, and it doesn't really become an issue. With this, with them already set up along that 6th line, it won't take them very long to get the prox lights onto that 2-cap, to find the resets underneath the train tracks. And I don't know that Apex can really make Eclipse panic and make those sort of mistakes that they're kind of hoping for right now.
Well, this External, Dodoma, and Photo Finish pushing forward just ever so slightly ahead of their team here at the 9-0 line, and it's just Ox who's behind Ox? Is that Pupil?
Yeah, it's Pupil on the 113.
Yeah. It's just Ox and Pupil really to spot this out. So there could potentially be an overmatch, although the crossfire is there from Vetro as well as Brett and Wally to see that. This game is honestly anyone's. I mean, even just looking at the positioning. Like, what I mean by that is there's not one team right now that looks super dominating in the way that they're set up.
No, absolutely, I agree. And External is actually going to move towards the 0 line, make sure that they clean out A0. No one really in position to punish if he does get lit. Maybe the 113s will have an angle on his backside, but not enough they'll really be worried about at this point. Wallhacks just staying passive A6. And still to this point, eClipse have not seen anything that's triggered that push down the 1 line to make sure they clear it. Just Canadian Impact sitting up on the high ground down at J7 is the only sort of warning that Apex have in place right now, and they haven't even actually committed everyone towards that 2 cap yet. They're just holding along the E line right here. Photo finish, and that I7 is actually going to close with those 113s.
To push. And now as we potentially go to the crucial moment of this match, let's go into the minds and also the ears and voices of Apex.
Not know what they're doing, but they have a lot of time to guess.
Okay, I'm going back to the hill right now. Impact, I'll call you off in a second. Because Impact, you need to rotate you north. Okay. Batchets all get north. All right. I want all of you there. Okay, there's 113.
I think we really need to check A8.
Yeah. But we need this shit to clear out there. Yeah.
There's an E5. We should do it right now.
Do it now.
Yeah, let's go.
Impact,
they still
just
think
go
that
in there after.
Yep.
STB
What is that?
to get into there.
E5.
If he's rotating.
I'm saying B9.
Were you lit, Photo? You're not lit, right?
I'm lit. I'm proxied. Trying to spot a E5 though.
Yeah, I'm getting into a better bush.
I'm checking F line real quick.
A6, Anito. There's a
Okay.
It's RU and A6.
Okay. That
I'm
means
lighting
that he
it.
was poking the tracks, just like we know. Just like we know that they always do. I can't really spot
I'm going back uphill.
this.
We still have no bat chat information.
I can spot
No
F.
bad
I
chat
have F.
information.
I'm checking A8 right now. Checking A8 right now.
Be very careful.
Okay, I have south eyes and F line eyes.
He's not here. He's not at A8.
Good. Okay.
A8's clear. All
They
right.
have to come F line then.
Yeah, and I'll see
Okay. What's cap pressure? What's doing cap
We need a
pressure?
bat chat to do it.
Impact's on. What about the E5? How are we stopping it from getting resets?
It has to be the STB.
I can help with it as well.
Okay, so it's the
He's
STB.
peeking.
Dodo, are you dispat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Trace external. Trace external.
I don't think we need the external in the back, do we?
No, maybe we should.
I want to track him. I'm gonna track him.
I can maybe go
either
like.
here-
We should put external here.
In
Put
city.
external here.
Okay, I'm clipping.
Okay.
I'm clipping.
Okay, we know where the RU is. We know where all the heavies
Girl,
are.
just make sure
Three
you get
bats.
damage on those
Three
113s.
bats.
I think
Yeah,
they're
they
going to
have to
go.
poke.
over here and
The
try and
RE's
clip me.
coming up. The RE's coming up the spot. RE's coming up the spot. All right,
What's
backed
the
off.
hit
He
points on the
backed off,
E5?
never mind. It's like at
1.5?
1600.
You have south eyes, Germ, right?
I need
Yes, I have
south eyes
south.
here.
I have
I
south.
got
We
lit.
need-
I got
yes,
lit.
I
Punish it
have
there.
F. I have F. I just don't have the north part of F.
Nice shot.
Like once you're in the town. Okay, what's the hit points in the north? I'm out of draw.
Good.
I'm
E5's
fine
down
with
to
that.
1,000. E5's down to
Okay.
1,000.
All right,
I
I'm,
have far south eyes.
I'm
It's
not
gonna
moving
have
in
to come
city.
F lane. All right, they cannot come through the south in time.
I
anymore.
still don't see that.
Grill,
match
just
us.
make sure that you're close enough to be able to punish this and F
I
line.
have
Okay.
shots on the 113s.
All right, good.
I just
They're
need them
going
to, like,
have to
actually
do
poke.
this, or they're gonna have to get the E5 to. What's the E5
he's
cell?
trying to scout again.
1,000. He's 1,000.
Are you trying to scout it?
113 just fired. They're trying to shoot under the
I just got
tracks.
lit. I just got lit. So E5 missed.
I missed.
Okay, try to shield impact from that E5 if we can. Try to make it so that you get
113s are
20
good.
seconds.
Here it is.
20
Here it
seconds.
is. Here it is. Here it is.
They're running out of time. I'm coming in.
Get the reset.
We see
Can we
everything.
rotate? Can we
F
rotate?
line,
We
F
need
line,
to
F line,
rotate.
right?
I'm going south.
Get out from
I'm
the north.
moving.
Get out
I'm
from the
moving
north.
up.
All right, we're leaving. I need to clip while we do this.
2.5
I'm lit.
minutes.
I
2.5
got lit
minutes.
by something.
Okay, there's 2.5 minutes. How do
One
we
bat
approach
is
this?
not lit.
They know we're gonna push
I'm
out.
clipping. I'm clipping.
Yeah, we need to take F line.
All right, I don't know if Nitz and I can leave though. I don't think we can.
We're gonna have to take F
I
line.
didn't get over.
Okay. We're gonna have to take F line somehow. I'm
They
still
let me
full
try and
health.
jump it.
Just had to contest that.
All right.
They're still contained, so.
They know they want me. That we want to take out.
Yeah, but they still have 2 minutes. They only have two. We only have 2 minutes.
They're gonna start running. We have
Yeah,
to
you-
do
yeah,
something.
go.
We need to go. We still have information.
we need
We
this
still
now.
need
There's
There's a bat.
Vetra.
That's all of them lit.
Who's the rock external to your right? You need shots.
Yeah, Impact, try to help call this.
Vetra shooting me. Do not leave, Grill. Do not leave. We need the pivot punish.
I will die without.
The rest of the team will die.
We're winning.
We're winning? Are we
Nice.
winning?
Come on.
I have 7 tracked. I have 7
External
repairs.
shooting me. I'm gonna die.
Rock is getting killed.
I'm dead.
Okay, external.
Dodo shot me twice.
I'm getting shot by the RU. RU's farming me.
Did you?
113 minute 20, minute 20.
Push I7.
Really safe.
I'm gonna kill the RU.
113 be aggressive.
Killing the RU and running north.
STV. I'm hiding.
Or south, I mean.
Wait, is external on reload? If external's on reload, we
Yeah,
can clear.
external's on reload.
Okay, well
Dodo
then Ox
uses
go,
repair.
Ox go.
Dodo
Ox
uses repair.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
let's
We're going,
go,
we're going.
because external's on
Shot.
reload.
Guys,
Watch
we got
out.
a minute.
Watch
We got a
Dodo.
minute.
Watch Dodo.
He's
Dodo's looking
Yo,
for
I
one
can
shot.
fight him. I can fight him. I can fight him. Don't
all
die,
right.
don't die.
He bounced me.
Okay,
He bounced
shot.
me. Just go. Just
I'm
go.
out.
I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him.
Okay. We got a minute.
I have
Vesho,
ammo.
can you get him?
Watch out.
External's loaded. External's loaded.
Vesho, can you run?
Yeah.
Shit.
What's your HP?
I didn't
Don't
pay. He's
you?
gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me.
We got it. We won.
Vesho, run to K1.
I got external.
Nice.
He's permanent. He's permanent. Dodo's permanent. I got 2. I got Dodo. I got Dodo.
Help me, T1!
Yes.
That is going to push it to 6 all. It's going to go to overtime. It will be on Prokoroka. As soon as we know which team gets to pick the sides, we'll let you know. We'll be just one moment until we get that sorted out.
I am fairly confident that it is going to be Apex with the fastest win, but we'll have to see.
Yep. So, looking at it though, just back and forth stuff through this whole series. And just overall, what a game. Apex tried really hard to do something very difficult, and they got a lot of good damage off, but they lost to Kula for basically one shot of damage. Canadian Impact also got caught out there in the bat shot in the middle.
Yeah, Canadian. That was...
Those two going down really hurt them. Germ not able to really be effective in that
situation.
RU. He was 1v1 versus Vetro at the end there, and Vetro had just gotten onto a full clip. So a little bit in the last communication, they should have known that the bat chat had been firing shots towards the mid. Might have allowed Germ to be a little bit more aggressive, maybe chase down that bat chat and keep him out of the fight for a while, or at least put off some more damage to where they could have saved that round.
Well, either way, it is going to go how fitting to the very last round possible of the day.
So Apex do get to pick the side because of their attacking victory on Himmelstor.
Yep.
And they will pick defense on
I'm sure.
Prokoroka. Now, is it going to be Apex that walks away with the win in overtime right now? Or is it going to be eClipse to be the first team
in history?
Not in history. First team since Fulcrum to win back-to-back titles in the North American
Gold League. It almost seems like history, though, because that was so long ago.
Oh, exactly. That was season 1 and 2 of the Gold League.
So the first
4
team
years ago.
since Fulcris, 4 years ago, on the very Fulcrum, excuse me. Fulcris is a player. It's been a long day, James. It's been a long day. Fulcrum, since the first 2 seasons, there hasn't been a team able to do this. eClipse could potentially be making history by joining them.
Yep. Yeah, so not a lot separating these two teams. It has been just back and forth stuff, so close. At one point, even Apex were in the lead of that last game, but they weren't able to really do anything. They are sitting there. They are making their final tank choices right now. It will actually be eClipse calling a timeout, so they have a 60-second timeout right now. So taking an extra second to make sure that they get everything sorted out to their liking. Noble also sitting here, or Noble, Apex also sitting here, talking over their choices. Right now, tension is going to be high between these two teams. Could very easily be either of them walking away with first place, with the $90,000, and with that amazing trophy up in the middle of the stage.
Plus, that's got to build a lot of confidence going into the Challengers Rumble because both of these teams should be there.
Yeah, well, they will be at the Challengers Rumble.
I'm just saying should because there is a chance that, you know, one of them drops out or, you know, what have you, and then we'll see Deja Vu. But these are the two teams that should be going.
Yep. So, like we said, they will be joining L Gaming and B Gaming from APAC. And then if you watch the EU finals tomorrow morning, you'll find out which two teams from the EU region will be joining them as our 5th and 6th team.
So second place, we talked about it. First place will be receiving $90,000. Second place will be receiving $65,000. So this is, and for all intents and purposes, a $25,000 round.
Yep. Everyone that made it to this live final, guaranteed at the bare minimum $35,000
right, just for qualifying.
Plus the whole trip out here to Burbank. Gonna be out here for a couple days.
They got to hang out with you.
Yep.
I mean, that's always fun, I guess.
Yes, don't sound too overly enthused right there, but I digress. So it's, you know, one heck of experience for all 4 of these teams, and it has been a really fun day. It has been a lot of good matches. Some matches not as good as others, but it's been a lot of fun.
You know what? Sometimes it happens.
I'm not really sure what's happening because that timeout should be over right now.
Yeah, let me check here just to give you guys an update.
Yep, so we are about 2 minutes out right now. Sorting out some admin things, it appears. Look at that beautiful trophy, as Tommy said earlier. That is the front drive sprocket of as is a front drive sprocket of a M4 Sherman. That beautiful Wargaming.net League trophy.
It's like watching players in the wild, in their own natural habitat.
Just making sure he stays nice and composed.
Oh, sure. So now that we've come this close, James, who do you feel will be victorious? And it is going to be the defending Apex on Prokhorovka.
Yep. So as we went over earlier, it was their attacking win on Himmelsdorf, just under 5 minutes.
At this point, I honestly don't know who to give it to. I really don't. It could go either way. It really can.
Yep. So far, both teams have won on defense. Now, Apex obviously have to come up with something probably slightly different if they're on the same thing. I think eClipse will probably have a better answer for it. It was a very close game last time, and both these games on Pro have been extremely close to this point.
There is Dodoma. Thinking, focusing.
Akula. Both teams are confirming they are ready. 60-second countdown will start momentarily. Just off to the right there is External.
Yes, the gentleman on the very right there.
The one that made us that wonderful Master Pupil shirt.
Looking at the roster here, the very right. I believe may have been Brett.
I believe that was Brett.
And then sitting next to him, not really in the middle because it's 4 people, but the caller, Wallhacks.
Yep, and then Vetro sitting next to Wallhacks.
Yeah, and then Vetro, and then it's not T1 Diabetic.
I believe it is Drock.
Drock, yes. A very good close-up there on photo finish. Yeah, so that is going to be Brett, Wallhacks, Vetro, Drock, and then obviously T1 Diabetic,
Master Pupil, and Ox Mathis.
And Ox sitting in the middle, down there at the bottom row. Ox has just been so on fire all day.
And we are on our way to our 13th and final battle of the season.
Of the season, of the day. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever wins this battle will be your champions here today.
Can eClipse repeat for the first time since Fulcrum did it 4 years ago? Can it be Apex to walk away with the win that they have worked for so hard this season? The final lineups of tonight: 3 Bat Chats, a 140, an IS-7, an E5, and an RU-251 for Apex. eClipse coming in with the same lineup as they ran earlier: 3 113s, 3 Bat Chats, and an RU-251. Germ pushing up towards the hill right out of the gate, and eClipse are committing everything they have towards the east right now, maybe trying to catch out a tank out of position. Germ actually does get lit. The Bat Chats and the RU-251 pushing straight through. Wallhack's already taking a lot of damage. 655, 940.
Oh my goodness!
One more shot.
Is Wallhack's gonna fall? Now damage is being traded onto T1 Diabetic. Still, nothing significant onto Apex. eClipse is bleeding right now.
And right now, Apex just moving to take control of the map. They've already moved up the 6th line. They've pinned eClipse into this. They've already done 2,000 damage onto the team of eClipse. eClipse going for the blind push.
More damage on to Drock. Finally, Canadian Impact taking some damage on the side of Apex, but they are starting to suffocate. And you know what? Let's get right into the minds of eClipse. They are on the verge of being taken out.
Trap. Fuck.
What? Where are the bats?
Guys, where are we going? What are we doing?
Where are we going?
Bats
in or
gotta
what?
go. Bats.
Guys, what are
The
we
bats is just sitting on the
Go.
middle of the road. The bats have to go.
I've only got 3. We're going for
I
photo?
got 4. I got 4.
I got 1 left.
I'm trapped here, guys.
Okay,
I
kill
can't
Nits,
do
kill
anything
Nits,
here.
kill Nits.
Distract. Get up, get up.
Yeah,
Get out
Ox,
of the open.
forward. Ox, forward.
Just careful.
Back
Shot,
out,
shot,
move,
shot,
move,
shot,
move,
shot,
move.
shot.
They're
Back
pushing
out
me.
in the open. Get out
They're
of the
pushing
open.
me. External's
Get out of the
pushing me.
open.
External's pushing me.
Help T1. Help T1.
I'm clipping.
I need help, Germ.
Track
Brett loading.
master.
I'm out.
Master people is
Random
perma-track.
I'm perma track.
I'm clipping.
Good job.
Good job. Good job.
They're coming after me, Germ. Kill Vetro.
Yeah,
Kill Vetro.
yeah. I'm getting into position.
I'm going in the water. I'm running.
Nice kill. We're up 2 tanks. We're up 2 tanks.
Let's go, guys.
Group.
External.
I'm running. I'm leaving. I'm
Group up,
leaving.
leave.
Hold it, Germ.
Okay, Vetro back down.
Dodo, just still middle.
Drop.
Just fall down, Dodo.
Germ, take
Vetro's crossing.
Take
Vetro's crossing.
Western play D. External move up.
They're
Take
coming
Germ.
after the 2 Bat Chats in the middle.
Yeah.
Get out
Play
of there.
deep bats. Play deep bats.
I can't.
I'm coming.
I'm going middle. I'm going middle. I'm going
Just
middle.
on F line.
You can fall down and let the 140 cover you.
Where's that 113? I need to know where that 113 is.
Just come, Germ.
Dodo,
We have to push.
Germ,
I'm
just
on F
go.
line. I'm going F line right now.
They're all there.
I'm out.
Back down.
Get in the ball.
On
I'm coming
on
in.
the down slope.
Holy
Get on the
speed.
down slope. Germ, you do not need to go in engagement right now. You can
Impact,
slow
don't
play.
take
Slow
hits.
play.
I'll go
Slow
south.
play.
I'm going
Germ
south.
can
I'm
snipe
going
them from
south.
behind.
Yeah, I'm going to the ramp. I'm going to the ramp. I'm gonna make them push over into the north. They're gonna have
Nice. They're chasing impact.
Fox.
They're chasing impact.
Good.
Nice.
Two more.
Let's go. I'm getting in. I'm green one.
Cooler's moving forward.
Green 3.
Cover
Master
Kula.
people can't do anything without
Cover
me farming them.
cooler.
Shots on
Take
the
out Brett, take out Brett,
Good job.
take out Brett.
Nice.
Good job.
Only the
Let's
113.
go.
Come on.
Good fucking job.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Apex will be your Season 1 2016-2017 champions.
What great stuff out of Apex all night. Look at how excited they are right now. You can tell how much this means to them after a very long season.
And honestly, not only the season, but the curse that they've had to deal with. It's been spoken about how they play so well online and they just can't close it out on land. Not the case this time.
Yep, and that Fulcrum record's gonna stay intact. eClipse not able to repeat second place, though, is not bad. As these teams go and start shaking hands, it will be Apex lifting that beautiful trophy momentarily.
You got to give it up to eClipse, though, taking Apex to the very limit. This team looked almost unstoppable, and yet again, eClipse had to step in to show everyone that gods can't bleed.
Yep, so one of these very risky but ballsy plays out of eClipse, just going for the blind push towards the 9-0, hoping to catch something out. They knew that Apex had played pretty aggressively on the 9-0 the round before,
so they're hoping maybe to just catch something out, get a free pick. However, Wallhacks took a lot of damage, and then T1 Diabetic started taking
Wallhacks
damage.
is just going in for hugs. He's not about the handshakes. I respect that. I also like hugs, just for future reference. Just throw that out.
What great stuff, though, for Apex.
So it was an absolutely fantastic day of tanks overall. I mean, we got to see the best tanks we have seen all season today from numerous teams. It wasn't just Apex. It also wasn't just eClipse. We saw 07 really fight it out and stay in there. And then we saw, after a devastating defeat, Deja Vu coming in and taking out 07.
Yep, absolutely. So the season finishes Apex in first, eClipse in second, Deja Vu in third, and 07 in fourth.
The best, it may be fourth and last place today, but it's the best placing that 07 has had. So really, congratulations to them for moving forward. I mean, you got to look at it that way.
And it's got to be a great benchmark for Deja Vu as well. This is their first season in the Gold League, and they finished third place. That's not bad at all.
So here we go. On stage is now Tommy with Comps and the team of Apex, your champions.
Yes, and I can tell you the excitement is quite high up here, Comps. How fast is your heart pumping right now?
Extremely fast.
And let's start with, first of all, what makes you the best team in NA?
I mean, it's these guys. It's evident. I mean, the best players in the best team, and this is what we did. We won this season.
And when you think back to all the practice hours as D guys, and you went through all the Thursdays and Tuesdays that you played, how special is it going to be to lift that trophy?
Very special. I mean, we put in a ton of work this season, and this is the final payoff.
You were sitting out back throughout the whole match. It was a pretty tight one. How nervous were you?
Really nervous. I mean, it went down to the wire. Last game of the series. I mean, it was a great match. I mean, props to eClipse. They played fantastic tonight, but it was really close, and it was well deserved on our end.
Well, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for, and you've been waiting more than most. So let's get that trophy lifted up. And congratulations to Apex, this season's winners.
You could almost say that they are the apex of the field.
Yeah, that's one way you could put
It's been a long day, man. Give me a break.
How long have you been sitting on that one this whole season?
Actually, I've used it before, so it's not even that special. But honestly, this team has worked so hard to make sure that they could not only make it here to the finals in the top seed, but also just wipe out every other team in the process. And they have done so. They went through just steamrolls of everyone throughout the season, and now facing eClipse, just playing so well. I mean, honestly, I don't know what else to say about Apex that we haven't already said. They are a monster powerhouse. They've only been stopped once, and it was to the team that they just defeated. So, and they'll go back and forth with eClipse, I have a feeling, for a while. eClipse is going to be a team that's still very solid. They got second place. I know that's not what they wanted, but just one hell of a team overall, even still.
Yep, and that on today puts them at 2-1 with eClipse on this season. So being able to edge them out right now when it mattered. They lost the last time they played in overtime. They beat them the first time, but today was the one that really mattered, and they came out on top. Great stuff throughout this whole series. They kept things, they did their basics. They didn't do anything, once again, they didn't do anything crazy. They did their homework, they studied the little things, and they were just able to be that one step ahead of eClipse when it really mattered.
Yeah. They absolutely were, but it was just one very small step. I mean, even still, eClipse had looked to pretty much knock them out, and they got very close to 6-6 overtime. Yet again, what a fitting end overall. And then just the day. I mean, starting it off, it was eClipse versus 07. 07 played very well against a team that is arguably just better in every way. And honestly, the only thing I would actually still give to 07 was their comms overall was fairly calm. And then moving forward, it was Apex versus, look, wow, holy jeez.
Look at Akula.
Damage on Akula. And he didn't really play that much this season.
No, he didn't. He came in towards the late part of the second round robin, and then just went off today. So he didn't even play that much, but like you said, just showed up today and just came up huge for him to Doma, 2,400. Ox doing what he could.
24,000.
Yeah, 24,000.
It's been a long day. It's okay.
Doing what he could for Eclipse. External photo finish, both above 2,300. Brett, T1 Diabetic, doing what they could for Eclipse, but just not enough at the end of the day. Even German wall hacks, both above 10,000 in their tier 8 lights for the most part, occasionally the tier 9s.
Or even SPGs.
Yeah, Wally picking up that mind-blowing one shot onto external.
1,800 of that damage was one shot.
It's one way to look at it.
Right.
But now what we got to do is we got to look forward to the Challengers Rumble here in just 3 weeks.
And you know what? This is something that I'm actually most excited for the end of this show is I believe that the two teams that we are sending to the Challengers Rumble can absolutely not only hold their own against themselves in the region, but as well as all the other regions in the world. I really think Apex and Eclipse, specifically Apex with their performance tonight, can contest with the best that EU and RU have to offer.
Yep, well, and with the resiliency that Apex showed all season, the ability to stay in a match even when they're down, just within an individual rounds, but also within the match itself, constantly able to pull things back. If they can take that at the international level and they can do the same thing, they can keep themselves in these games, that they can bring a lot of pride back to North America.
Yeah, I really think this is going to be kind of that era where NA pushes very hard on the other regions to prove that, hey, you know what? We can compete with the best of them out there.
We've always wanted to root for North America teams in the past, but I have a really good feeling about both these teams.
Now, specifically
not just
now, yeah.
Apex, but both Dub and Eclipse. Eclipse plays so fluid.
Yeah.
They could both handle themselves, especially.
It's just slightly comms right now for Eclipse.
Just one of those things you always got to improve. And I guarantee you, if we ask Apex here in a moment, they're going to say there are things that they could still improve upon, even after winning the title.
And even still, the comms, like you said before, for Eclipse, it works for them, though. In their own way, the way they play loose, they're so fluid, they can turn on a dime, and we've seen them destroy. So overall, I can't wait to see how these two teams are going to do at the Rumble, James.
Yep, absolutely. It has been one fantastic season. It has been a real blast to be here and be able to bring all this great tanks action to everyone at home.
Yeah, there's nothing more to say, so we are going to kick it over to the couch with Tommy and the entire team, your champions, Apex.
Yeah, and I can say, and this is no diss to Meadowhawk and Beanshead, but the mood is the highest it's been this whole evening here in the couch. I'm joined by the whole of Apex, and you know what, because the first thing you said when you came up here, External, is you wanted to hold the mic. So you can hold the mic for this first answer, then I need to get it back, okay?
Great.
But let's talk about this match. Com said he was nervous. How was the nerves up there on the podium?
Do I get to keep this too?
Only for one question.
Oh, dang, okay. I think our nerves in general, we're a very calm team, but it's only when something happens that kind of sets you off. If a plan doesn't go your way, or when you make a push, if it doesn't happen how you'd like it to, that can set you off, but if you rebound well, then that's what gets you going through a game, and that's what gets you through those losses.
Okay, there's a lot of people here, so people can just answer whatever they want, not at the same time, of course, but we have some mics different places. So we heard what Com said, what makes this the best team, but from some of you other guys, what makes Apex the best team in North America? Who'll go first?
Not all at once.
Not all at once?
No. Oh, you want to hold it? Okay, so what makes Apex the best team? Well, Apex, by definition, is the top or the peak. So, you know, since the conception of our team, we knew we'd be here. You know, if you think you're a winner, you become the winner.
The first semifinal, you won 7-0. Was anyone surprised that it would be that, I won't say easy, but that convincing?
Oh, no, I definitely predicted 7-0, 100%. I told these guys the whole time going in, it was only 7-0, only possibility.
Okay, and there's one question that's been on my mind throughout the whole season, and that is, Can any of you tell me the funniest jokes that comps ever told you?
You don't want to know.
The best comps joke. Yes.
Good afternoon, guys.
That's
He
pretty.
doesn't tell jokes.
It's pretty funny, actually. Okay, so.
I don't think they're suited for broadcast, so we better not tell.
Oh yeah, this is U.S. broadcast. I need to remember that. In Europe, you can say everything. You know that. You're from Germany. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Rumble here. Comps, you can answer this. And what's the first thing that comes to mind when you realize you will be playing in New York?
First thing that comes to mind, I mean, it's an opportunity to face off against the other best teams in other regions. So to us, it's a gauge of talent in a way to see where we fit in the global pecking order.
And let's hear from someone in the back. How will you prepare for the Challengers Rumble?
I think this is an easy answer, the same way we've prepared for everything. We just, practice and do what we do.
And Overlord Prime, you can answer this one. Which region do you think will prove the most interesting and why?
NA. I mean, we've constantly had trouble proving ourselves in the world. And, over the past few years, we've actually improved significantly. The Rumble is going to be interesting because we want to prove ourselves now, because the last Grand Final wasn't so great for NA, and it was better than the previous, and we want to see where we stand right now.
And is there anyone on this team that has a message for the fans before this event? You can look straight in the camera and tell them.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support, everybody. Patch you, Apex.
Sub to Overlord Prime, Pacho Apex.
And, well, I guess this is it. You need to go and enjoy this. You don't want to be sitting on this couch all night. I want to remind all the viewers that on the 23rd, it's actually midnight or maybe like tomorrow. The EU finals are going down. You can watch that on WGL.gg/watch. And, of course, we have the Rumble coming up of the 19th of November. At some point in December, we're also going to start the Season 2 qualifier, so there's plenty of tanks for all you fans out there. So thank you to every team that participated in the Go League this season. And on behalf of Wargaming and ESL, thank you for choosing to spend your whole day with us. Have a great weekend.